Hey Froggy friends, Kirostyle here, welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna The Golden Country. In the last episode we made it to the capital city of Torna, and now we are ready to see the king. But before we do that, we have some side quests to wrap up. So, off stream, I farmed out some items. Not too long, just about like 45 minutes or so of farming. So first we have to go deliver some meat to this guy in the village. Turns out I actually already had the meat, but I farmed a little bit extra more because we'll need it for crafting. I'm pretty sure we can go and beat this enemy as well. And then I also gathered a whole bunch of fruits for this girl and a bunch of machine parts for this dude. In addition to also getting some pouch items ready for our main characters. But before we do that, so I decided what I'm going to do. I know I said maybe for my streams I'll do like half side quests and half main story. I think what I'm going to do, it just makes more sense the way it's built, is I'm going to do the side quests as I see them pop up, and then we'll just do them as we progress through the story naturally, unless it's a side quest we can just pause and finish at the moment, because a lot of these are like long-term side quests, like the ones that ask you to do like a certain number of chain specials or gather a ton of items. So instead of like dedicated side quest time, main story time, we'll just do them as we see fit. So here we are at the Torna capital. So I'm gonna start by, well, first I'll show you how silly the side quest farming is in this game, or not just in this game, but Xenoblade 2 as well. Thank you so much for joining me here on stream, Euro. Welcome, I really appreciate it. So I understand the side quest where it asks you to get like 1 or 2 items from someone, like get me like 5 pieces of Ferris meat, or get me like 3 lacto nuts. Like, that is okay. But then whenever it comes to the side quest where it's like, you have to get me all these items, and you need 100 points of items, and you could choose from a list, and the items are worth like 2 to 3 points each, it's ridiculous. So here, like if we went to Gormott, in Lasham Cove, this is like the very first area in Gormott, so that Gideon guy asks us for machine parts, right? So basically he asks you for Torna machine parts and Gormati machine parts.
And move out.
So you just quick travel to this location here. Go here.
What have we got here?
Yay, I got my machine parts. And then I could just go skip travel and go to the exact same location.
It's a nice change of pace.
And then
Let's catch our breath.
you'll see the item has respawned. So like, literally spending like 10 minutes just respawning into the same area and gathering things from the exact same node, which is right there. You can tell it's kind of silly. And that's one of my biggest problems with Xenoblade in general, is like, they want to give you all these fetch quests, they want to make the world very grand, they want to make you explore, they want you to gather things, but once you figure stuff out like this, it's just boring, tedious stuff that just doesn't
Even on familiar ground, we must
really
stay
contribute
vigilant.
to the game experience. I know these games have their diehard fans, but you got to admit that's definitely one of the drawbacks. Did you bring me the Ferris beast meat I wanted? Much appreciated. This means Teal will be able to keep serving up his specialty, at least for the time being. I'll also be able to feed my son Hyber meatball stew to his stomach's content. As for reward, well, you may have noticed that we're not exactly living in luxury here. Every day is a struggle. How about I give you the recipe for a Hyber meatball stew? Like they say, teach man to fish. Teal might not be too pleased with me sharing his secret recipe, but that's his problem, not mine. Yeah, get wrecked, Teal. Anyway, thanks. I hope the recipe serves you well.
I do only what His Majesty asks of me.
Oops, there. Oh, I guess once they get shoved into my circle, I can't select them anymore. I was gonna say I clicked too fast and we didn't read his little blurb. Not that it really matters, but I can't get to it now. Also, it's kind of odd how Torna is separated from Oresco, even though Oresco is the capital of Torna, probably because there's too many people. But I thought that Oresco was an entirely different Titan. So there's only 2 Titans in this game, I think. Like, or at least only 2 with like interactable NPCs. Torna and Gormott. So it's just so silly that there's like the camping spot in this village is like right outside. And we were camping here and then we just came back and rested in the inn. So the reason why I want to camp is I've been getting ready for some recipes. Why can't I select the campsite when I'm standing right next to it? I just stand like here. That's so silly. Guess we'll read the chat. We must hurry to the court of the Torna King to make known Malice's foul intent. You're right. The sooner we can deliver our report, the more chance we'll have of averting the carnage that Malice hopes to bring. Maybe it's best if I wait out in front of the palace. Got a bad feeling about this. How bad are we talking? Actually, you guys will be fine. Don't pay too much attention to my weird hunches. Okay, if you say so. Nothing bad's gonna happen.
I will challenge myself today.
So,
I'm a little nervous, to tell you the truth.
with Hugo, I gathered everything we need to make a golden seeker so that we can gather from the golden machine parts. I didn't think we'd get this so soon, but I guess this game is pretty short, so...
Success!
So now we have that, we can gather good machine parts. And also I did more of Mithra's cooking. And the reason why that's important... here, Jin.
Half the battle is living to fight another day.
So last episode I noted that, like, to get his fortitude skill level 2, you need to use Mithra's cooking skill 5 times. And I'm like, why is it Mithra's cooking that gives him fortitude? It's because he's probably eating it. You use Mithra's crafting skill 5 times. That belongs in the trash heap. Okay, so I need to use meat items from the pouch. So I have one for him. For Hayes, I need to use vegetable items. I'll do that too, but I can't put meat and vegetable in the pouch at the same time unless I use the expansion kit. Mithra needs desserts. Minoth's not ready for his. Oh, and Bridget, I got her sashimi plate ready.
Drop by drop is the pot filled.
I did this one where you swim around a whole bunch to get his level 2 command water. I also got the Farsighted Talisman, so that's also for him. But I can't... I'm gonna put the Talisman first, just because I think that's more important than Bridget's skill. Because Bridget's skill with Botany is just a gathering skill. So pouch. You get Farsighted Talisman.
I hope I am never parted from it. It's an unfamiliar feeling. Like...
Oh, sorry, I thought you were done talking, Ijion. I'm like... He said his first sentence, I'm like, okay, he's done. And he said his second sentence, I'm like... Is he done? And then I assumed he was, and he said a third sentence. Okay, so we'll use... meat. Why is meat one of Jin's affinity chart things when it's not even one of his favorite items?
Ah, meat! The ultimate comfort food.
This Laura's. And then you need a dessert. For some reason I keep thinking Mithra's attached to Laura, but that's not true. Here, you can have this.
Good for the body and for the soul.
Okay, that should give us some extra skills.
Use my power to its utmost.
In the kitchen or not, I'm your man.
Okay, and then you need one more dessert for yours, okay. We also want to visit Aletta again, because Roly-Poly's there now. And he's probably got some long-term quest for us.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
Crackerjack, Merc, Roly-Poly. Nice of friends to show up. Roly-Poly, just think of new test me wants to put friends to. Last time, we do break and topple, and then call that good enough. Hopefully friends remember. Well, it's no longer good enough. This time we add launch and smash. Launch will lift enemy off the ground, and smash will smash back down, as name implies. Great power moves. Sequence of break, topple, launch, and finally smash is ultimate form of driver combo. For this test, roly-poly want friends to do whole whammy to any at all enemy, anytime, anywhere, 3 times over. Next job is big, huge, enormous, gargantuan. Must be able to do driver combo with eyes closed. And of course, must come to roly-poly to let know test is done once test is done. Or maybe is obvious. Well then, roly-poly wait with hopes held high. Okay, he only wants us to do it 3 times, that's not too bad.
Ugh, we're such saps.
Okay, but I'll just kind of let that happen naturally as we do the battles. I don't usually consciously do those because most of the time you just hit the skills as they come off cooldown. I don't like having to plan for them. But at least it sounds like, because this time you have to use your whole party to do the whole combo. Because with the topple and break, it was like I was doing it, but not with just one team. I don't think he wants us to do the whole shebang with just one team. He wants the whole party involved. Otherwise that'd be too silly. Okay, let's defeat this guy while we're at it. I should be able to beat him.
Someone's pleased to see him.
Especially since he doesn't even have boss music, so...
Let's speed this up!
Rising up!
Ready to go!
I'm getting into it. Ready more when I get
He's still pretty tanky, eh? He might actually be harder than I thought. I keep thinking that when I knock him down as Adam, it's a launch and a smash, but it's a blow down, it's not the same thing. Come on, if we can get a combo on him.
Something good.
Yes, that's looking good. Okay, let's do this. Oh my god, he's got like every element on him. I don't overkill this guy.
This is far from over. Swap with me, Hazel.
Superb! I am as relentless as the tides. Astounding! Finish!
What? I cracked 2 orbs. I thought I could get a bigger combo. Oh well. We're doing well.
I'll give you a hit.
He's also standing on this potion. There we go. Yay, we did it.
Let's keep this up!
It feels tougher than I thought, but you're fine.
This takes me back. I know the drill.
Now we can go back to Aletta. There's like 2 quick travel points in Aletta.
Nice change
Right
of
at the
pace.
harbor and right at the gate, and they're so close to each other, it's like,
And move out.
don't even bother. I think this one gives us more than one support her as well. Hopefully. Oh, it's the key. No mistaking it. Try not to drop it in any more deadly, dangerous places, okay? Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. About that, Vez. I've been thinking it's high time you took some time off. You're fired. You don't have to take it that far. No, I think it's important, actually. You know that herb you've been picking? Clear Bright Crest, no? It's a remedy for diseases of the blood. You did say you're picking the herbs for your grandmother. Clear Bright Crest is quite rare. I hear it's used only to treat the gravest of inflictions. Is that why you went to those lengths? You needn't worry about your duties. Just hurry home and tend to your grandmother. Aw, thanks, Adam. You're being nice. After all, nothing is as valuable as good health and family. Lord Adam, you're too kind. So that's the most valuable thing that's not found in vaults, eh? As long as you're alive, there is hope in all things. What could be more precious than that? As you say, Lord, then I accept your punishment and thank you for it. Right, so if you need anything, I can just grab it from the vault, sir. Ah, indeed. Laura, is there anything you need? What? We've only come this far thanks to you. Speak, and your wish will be granted. You're kind of putting me on the spot here. How about a recipe for some royally delicious meal that's been handed down in your family? Laura, is that the best use of a wish? No, but I mean, I'm curious, okay? Teehee, hunger will get the better of anyone. Well, you heard the lady, Vez. Fetch us a recipe. Whatever you think we might find useful on our journey, I suppose. Yes, Lord. Straight away, Lord. Here you are, Lord. I picked out things as best as I could, Lord. And your kindness earlier, I'll never forget it, Lord. I'll teach my kids to honor it too, Lord. None of my lineage would ever forget the good turn you did to us, Prince Adam. Sir, Lady Laura, ma'am. Ooh, I got 3 recipes. Ooh, 4 recipes.
Whoa, this is awkward.
This is awkward. What's with these voice lines that play? I know it's the party members and not the NPCs talking, but... Oh dang, I thought I'd get more people for that. Wait, so what's this guy want? Oh, this is that's Palva, okay. Wait, you want something as well? Oh no, that's Mac. You're the one that wants the green barrels, okay. And then Roly Poly, and then Roly Poly's driver, okay. Got it.
I'm just happy we made someone happy.
Well, Vez, are you going to see your grandmother or something? Why are you still standing here? Lord Adam, I need to tell you, I've set a day to visit my grandmother. It won't be a nice trip back home, mind. Actually, she's not well and will need the services of her Danian doctor. I'll be away for Torna for a time while I provide her with support. Mungo and the household staff have even prepared some flowers for her. Forgive me, my eyes are leaking. Everyone in Aletta has been so kind, and I still have to say my goodbyes, so I'll be around a little while longer. Thankfully, I have a little more time to soak in this Tornan scenery. I'm dreading having to leave everyone, Lord Adam included. The people here have been so kind to me, it's too hard. Aw. You're a good band, Vez, even if you're a little clumsy. So I have the machine parts for the inventor dude, Gideon.
Even on familiar ground.
Moisturizing bagel? That's a recipe for Mithra. He got me like a recipe handed through generations down in Adam's family, and it's one of those horrible recipes for a moisturizing bagel from Mithra. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of stuff. But this one gives you 14 points. Maybe I did not need to gather this many. Oh well, now I have extras. Excellent work, a fine haul you have there. I extend my gracious thanks. At long last, I can now put the finishing touches to my ultimate creation. Hee-hoo-hoo. I call it Gideon's special patented perpetual music box. As the name suggests, with just one turn of the key, it'll play music forever and ever with no interruption. Huh? What's that? You want to know how to stop it? Well... yeah, that's a good point. I've not thought of a good way yet. I think that's a problem for a future Gideon to wrestle with. Anyway, you helped me collect the parts, so why don't I teach you how to make your own as thanks? Great, we have this music box that plays forever. The only way to stop it is to smash it. Ah, hold on, now, it's coming to me, yes. Yes! Eureka, I got it. A flash of inspiration for a brand new invention. My next masterpiece that will address any and all minor flaws, which my last masterpiece may or may not have had. For that, I'm gonna need lots of parts that can withstand the dry climate around the capital. I can tell you can find those parts around Gormott. I trust I can rely on your help in finding a few more of those parts? Excellent, excellent. Just bring them back to me when you found some. Let us dare to dream hand in hand, eh? So I knew he'd do this, so I actually gathered these ahead of time, too. I have a lot of apple lamps and bat hinges. This gives me 12 each. This gives me a little less. Okay, let's start with the apple lamps. Maybe a couple bat hinges. Marvelous, that looks like all the parts I need, yes? You have keen eyes, my fledgling friends. Behold, my life's work. I call it Gideon's special patented jamming megaphone. Its perfectly tuned mechanism cancels out any noise from the surroundings and magnifies the user's voice. And since surely everyone loves the sound of their own voice, there's no need for an off switch. I'm brilliant! How far does the magnified voice carry, you ask? What are you guys? Health and safety inspectors? Sheesh. Thanks to my ingenious directionalizing technology, any voice you feed it, no matter how loud, will carry 10 peds. Right, just about as far as you shout. That's pretty much the point. Ahaha. Here, I'll share the recipe with you all so you can take my groundbreaking invention out to the world. Seems your contributions have allowed me to stay aloft after all. This marks the beginning of a new era of inventions. Why, before you know it, I'll be a household name. People will bow and scrape before me, begging for one of my creations. And I owe it in part to you, keen-eyed Kittywinks. Bravo. Well done indeed. Kittywinks.
I am honored.
Mission accomplished then.
Okay, so Hugo gets the music box. And the megaphone, okay. So now let's go visit the... Let's go visit that person that was lying down in the desert. There should be a quick travel point between these two. I'm sure there must be. I mean, I just haven't found it. I gathered a whole bunch of lacto nuts, and hopefully I have enough.
Pleasant stroll.
Right. Where shall we head to next?
And I know once I give her those items, there's going to be a second part to the quest, but I don't think I need to go gather extra stuff for it. At least I hope I don't.
And here I thought we were being inconspicuous. Here they come, like moths to a flame.
Wait, you two? Fine.
Rising up!
Just tell me when. Doing it.
I'm getting into it. Bending over that way. Rolling to
I'm trying to time Minos' skills exactly when he slashes, but that doesn't seem to be the right timing for him. For the combo canceling. Darn, I could have gotten a level 3 on him, but I didn't.
Great. We'll do what must be done on the continent with that.
Ow. Okay, fine, I have your water in the form of fruits. Okay, I got a bunch of lacto nuts. Dang it, she needs so much. Why do you need so much water? Dang, am I not gonna have enough? Give her some hyacinths. Hey Armon, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming by, I appreciate it. There we go. Ah, I feel so much better. I just ate like 50 nuts. You really saved my bacon, thank you. The name's Palva, just an adventurer with a dream of finding fame and fortune here in Danag Desert. Though dream implies it might not actually happen, eh? Believe you me, it's definitely gonna happen. It has to. I was feeling pretty ravenous, so I chowed down on a couple of red pollen orbs I found in a green barrel. But then my body got really hot, so I gulped down a whole bunch of water. I waited for my partner, but they never came back. When I ran out of food and water, I thought I was gonna die. Why don't you just go back to the capital? I didn't want to give up my lead. The legends say the Danag Desert has gold just lying around all over the place for anyone to take. My partner and I made it out here before anyone else. Hey Adam, is that true about the gold? Ask any Tordan schoolchild, they'll tell you that it is. No more than a legend then. I should have I should have known you were non-believers. Steady on, we're not doubting you. We didn't come all the way out here to dig because of some childhood fairy tale, you know? I've got a machine that tells you exactly where the gold is. I see. It looks like a Roomba. So that's your hidden weapon? Precisely. My partner hauled it up in a load of salvage. All it needs is a gravitonic clutch and it should be up and running and sniffing out gold like nobody's business. The machine doesn't look that amazing to me. Palva! Sorry, Dudan is slightly late. Oh, hi. We know you, Dudan. Slightly? I nearly shriveled up and died of thirst out here. Biggest apologies. Oh, wait, it's you. My man, friends are same friends who helped Dudan before. Fancy meeting you here. Wait a sec, Dudan, you know these people? Yes, friends were big help when Dudan needed to get gravitonic clutch. Wow, small world, eh? Anyway, this isn't the time for idle chit-chat, no siree. We need to get the Fortune Finder Metron 4000 up and running. Dudan on it. All done's. Does it work? Does it work? When switch on, machine will run all over Danag Desert and find gold buried in sand. Probably. Wow, pretty impressive. That's some high-tech wizardry for sure. Right then, Dudan, my old matey, time to close your eyes and cross our fingers and dream of gold. Switch on, now. Well, there it goes. Oh, it's back. Did it find anything? Dudan? I noticed that the Fortune Finder Metron failed to Finder Metron any fortune. Meh. Turned out Dudan's self-taught engineering skills not sufficient. You bloody Nopon. I sunk every last penny of my savings into modding the FF4000 so it better produce results and fast. Machine need remodeled by expert, like crazy inventor who live in capital or anyone. Please do not pressuring Dudan anymore. He seems to have cracked a little. Hey, please help me out. Dudan has already outlived his usefulness, so you're all I got. So much for being partners and friends, you two. To tell you the truth, I'm a little curious myself as to whether there's any gold in the desert, so why not? Yes, indeed, consider my interest piqued. Okay then, let's go and find someone who's good with machinery. What? Wait, what? I lost, Dudan? I lost community? Seriously? I mean, I'm assuming I get him back once I fix the machine, but seriously? Can't believe this. I just had negative progress. And thank you for the stretch redeem, Aramon. Yeah, let's don't forget to stretch in your seats. You sitting at home, if you're there, straighten up your back. Thank you so much. Dudan salvaged the Fortune Finder Metron 4000 for me. It looked like just a gold gathering machine I saw in a picture book once when I was a little girl. I knew it must be a sign. Dudan really tried hard, but in the end, he's no engineering expert. I think he's pretty much done as much as he can. Would you be able to take machines to someone who knows what they're doing and get it fixed? I came all the way out here and I refuse to go back empty-handed. There's nothing more Dudan can do with Fortune Finder Matron 4000. Friends must take to someone who's knowledgeable about machine. A crazy inventor in Capital, or anyone at all. So there's actually 2 people we can see for this. One of them, of course, is Gideon, the guy that we just helped out. The other one is the kid that we gave all the bugs to last time, because he's also like an inventor. Apparently, according to what I read,
we must stay vigilant.
you actually get more points if you give it to the kid instead. So I'm gonna give it to Marcus. Yeah, that's his name. I just don't understand girls at all. How about you guys? I bet you feel the same way. Earlier I made medicine from the Danagweta we collected and gave it to this girl I know to drink. She was all like, ew, get that gross stuff away from me. What the heck's her problem anyway? Looks are super cool. How can medicine made of 100% cool things be gross? I don't get it at all. Wait, how am I supposed to give you the machine? I mean, I know it specifically read that you can give it to Marcus or Gideon. Have Hugo tinker with the Fortune Finder Matron or find a skilled machinist in the capital. Does that mean I can't? Does that mean I don't have a choice? That I have to give it to Gideon? Or have I just not gotten to the part where I have the choice yet? I mean, the difference in reward isn't that big, but I kind of want it to be efficient. A machine for discovering buried treasure in the Danag Desert? One could use all the resources Torna has at its disposal, not come close for constructing a machine like this. Though, when salvage is considered, I suppose you cannot say that it's definitely impossible. Fascinating. Leave it with me and I shall deliver you the Gideon Golden Matron 5000. Yeah, he seems like a stale fella. No, I don't think that's a good idea. I beg your pardon? Think again, you unappreciators of genius. Who else would you entrust with this task but I, the greatest inventor in the capital? No, the country. Wait, can I not give this to Marcus? The wiki said I can give this to Marcus, unless somehow there was already like a branching choice that I somehow avoided already. Okay, fine. Guess I don't have a choice. Well, I guess it says Hugo or Gideon, so maybe this is like the first step and then I get the choice. Sure. Whoop whoop, I present to you the Gideon Golden Matron 5000. Right off to you, toddle to the Danag Desert to try it out. No need to report back, I am completely confident in its ability to deliver. Hee-hoo-hoo. Well, looks like I'm locked into my choice for now. No matter. Again, I wish there was actually a teleport waymark closer to her.
Even on familiar
She's gonna make me
ground,
continuously
we
come
must
back.
Stay vigilant.
And here I thought
Nope, I'm not fighting. Waste of time. Okay, please don't aggro me. I just want to get down here. Hey Lord Temper, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. So you got it rebuilt? Yep. You can't rightly say if it was successful or not. No, it's bound to work. I know it. Well, I believe it. At the very least, I hope. Certainly decreased rapidly. Or certainty decreased rapidly. Dudan will just cross wings and flip switch. Yeah, we should just go for it. You're right, flip that switch, Dudan, my dude. My dude! My Dudan dude. Get back. Looks like it came back with something. What is it? It's covered in sand. I can't really make it out. Hope it's gold. Will you look? I can't stand the tension. Can we? Yes, please do. What if a monster jumps out at us? That would be really unlikely. And it's probably gonna happen, right?
What have we got here?
What did we get? Yay, a couple coins. You satisfied, Palva? The legends were true. There really was gold buried in the Danak Desert. Palva's dream came true. Oh, look at him clap with his ears. Really? She got like 4 coins. Are you sure the machine didn't just find gold the traveling merchants dropped accidentally? It did seem to be mostly small change. What a buzzkill. I can't believe we didn't find any fabulous wealth after all that effort. I'd have made more money if I spent my time feeding Armus back home. Aw, cheer up. Dude, and have fun, Palva. Yeah, I guess it was pretty fun, wasn't it? Thanks for all your help, everyone. I'm sorry it was all for nothing. Don't worry about it. It was an entertaining diversion, to say the least. Well, then how was I able to get Marcus to fix it, though? It clearly said on the wiki that you can get Marcus or Gideon, but it didn't give me the option. Why is that? Oh well, maybe if we did Marcus, then we would have gotten a better reward. That's for sure. Dream of gold was beautiful while it lasted, meh. I called it. They all just gazed up at the sky. Okay.
Well, this is awkward.
How reliable.
Yes, finally. Now in community level 2, now we should be able to do the next story thing. That's really unfortunate though, because I know that the story checkpoint for community level is when you meet the Tornan King. You need 16 supporters to get community level 2. That means pretty much doing every single side quest that we just did, except for we haven't finished the long-term ones, like the tutorial ones from Roly Poly and his Blade and Mac. So who's this person? Oh, so I think now that we're at community level 2, we could talk to him, and if it's yellow, that means we just talk to him and he joins our community. Again, like I know we don't have to do all the side quests in the game, but it looks like you have to do all of them up until the choke points. So that's annoying. I thought we'd have a little bit of choice, or if like one of them was too hard, or if I didn't want to do it, then I'd be let off the hook and I'd do a different one instead. Seems to be not the case. Oh well. Gotta pad out your content, right?
I'm glad it all worked out.
Yeah, it's Adam. We finally get to see what he looks like, and he looks cool without his silly robe. And yeah, there's a new system. There's this community thing. Basically, every time you do a side quest for an NPC, they join your community and become a supporter and increase your community level. And apparently, side quests, even though they're optional, there's parts in the main story where it requires you to have a certain amount of community, which means the side quests technically aren't optional, which is dumb. So that's why I've actually been doing the side quests.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
So now Benny has a little smiley face. You helped out my dad before, right? Thanks. My mom and dad were so happy, they made me extra big dinner. It was so good. When I get big, I'm gonna be strong enough to help people just like you. First, I gotta learn archery from my dad. Okay. So when people get the yellow smiley face, you just gotta talk to them.
I won't lie. It feels good.
And then they'll join your community. Did I finish doing the level 3 blade combos? I think I did. Did I finish this one? What? I need one more level 3 blade combo? Are you serious? I did like 3 on that one wolf today. Seriously? Okay, well we should be able to proceed in the main story. I also need to talk to everyone in Oresco. We haven't done that yet. Yeah, build your own cults, basically. There's like 89
Right.
named
Where shall we head to next?
NPCs that can join your cults. which is pretty much almost all the NPCs except for like the shopkeepers because they don't have names. My skin's all rough today. I must have not had enough sleep. What do you think? Of course, the body doesn't just take care of itself, and it's tough to get the stuff for that round here. Drivers can give themselves a boost with accessories, blades with aux cores, right? They all have their own particular effects, like some are restorative, some are offensive, some are defensive. Torna's a bit behind the times, if you ask me. Urea is where it's at now for grooming technology. Here there's this thing that works directly on the cells to make them lustrous and moist. I'd love to try it. Like, moisturizing lotion? Hey there, traveler, could I ask you a question? Like, at what age should a big brother stop making a little bro's packed lunch for him? Sorry, that's kind of a strange question to ask, you see. I've got this friend whose big bro makes his lunch. I mean, the little bro, it's not like he's a kid. I mean, he's grown. He can take care of himself. He even has a job doing guard duty on the gate. So he can make his own damn packed lunch. I'm old enough, damn it. My friend, I mean, he's old enough. But the big bro, he just keeps waking up early to make these lunches. If he didn't waste his energy on all this fussing, he could be moving up in the world. I just don't get why he, Cool story. Cool story there, bro. Wait, Isabella? We talked to you before, right? Well, you're the Barney Stone girl. It's been a long time since I've been back, but this country hasn't changed at all. The Torna King's always had the favor of the people, but Zetter, the next in line, is a real arse. The royal heir he may be, but the man's small-minded and only considers his own advancement. In fact, he's the only one who hasn't noticed his own behavior, such as his foolishness. So it goes with those proud types. Maybe deep down he realizes, but just doesn't want to admit it. Can't talk to these kids.
What have we got here?
Wait, no, there's a green dot here. That means there's someone to talk to. Hi.
This takes me back.
Listen to the sound of my voice.
Huh? You think I'm just sitting around fishing up something for my dinner? Oh, hi, Jin. Going for a swim. Now, I'm a fisherman by trade, you see, so I'm actually working right now. There's never much biting, though. Torna's got a lot of desert, and that means fish numbers stay pretty low. Since there's not much to catch, the seafood eaten in Torna is mostly imported or farmed. So as a fisherman, it's my passion to bring fresh, wild-caught fish to my customers. Well, don't catch Jin over there on your line. Watch out. It'll be a handful. I tried racing with a trotting Armu. To make it harder, I looked over my shoulder at the same time. In the end, I lost. Surprised? Thing is, Armus don't even really understand the idea of competition. They just love me as their master. So as a game, it didn't really work out. I'll have to try and think of something better. Something else is better for an Armu. Some of my mates are thinking of fun Armu games too, so I'm gonna try something each day, I reckon. I mean, it's more fun if you change things up a bit, right? If I don't make it fun, I'll probably die of boredom or looking after these Armus every day. Aw, come on, they're kind of cute, sort of. Here in Torna, we revere the might of the Titans. It's essentially our religion, though it's not like we have much in the way of special rituals or rules. We just believe in respecting the life that surrounds us. Titans, humans, blades, we're all the same, really. Every one of us is a gift to the world we live in, and sometimes it can be good to show our gratitude for that. Deku Deku. Man, Torn in town wonderful. Impressive palaces, beautiful gardens, and this splendid moat, full of wonders. Sightseeing? Meh, no. At end of day, Deku Deku is proud trader of Voltus Trade Guild. Wandering around town is to expand trading knowledge. Meh. What's this? Oh.
Ah, my favorite.
Like me some green barrels.
Ah, my favorite part. What have we got here?
Listen to the sound of my voice.
Okay, go for a swim, everyone. Especially you, Bridget. I feel like water would be detrimental to you, but okay. Here's an info pond. Other side of there's fancy schmancy gardens. And in one corner of gardens is a very tall lookout point. View from tippy top is probably enough to make eyes hurt. Mimimi like high places, but they not good for health. Give Mimimi terrible urge to jump off the world below. After all, might be able to leap to super secret places from up there. Roof of buildings or hidden away back streets. But Mimimi sure landing from that high up hurt like crazy, so probably best to resist urges. Leave it for real daredevils. Well, that's a hint. If I climb like the tower at the end of the moat, then I can jump onto the rooftops. All I do is work in the warehouse. Work, work, work. I never get to do anything fun. I'd really love to do something touristy, like go on a shopping spree or visit the park in the middle of the city. The park was designed by a famous gardener, did you know that? It's supposed to be so beautiful. What do you think? Don't all these fish look happy and healthy? Feisty critters, I tell you, they've got it good. I'm even selling fish to the palace now. Considering who my customer is, I really want to provide the best I can. Hey, what do you mean my fish don't look good enough to sell to the palace? See how many big glossy fish are swimming around the moat? Every one of them started out in these pails.
Ah, nighttime. I do love a bit of peace and quiet.
Man, there's really not much to do when you're guarding a warehouse on the edge of the city. Oh hum. Huh? You know this warehouse belongs to the royal palace, right? Don't come any closer or I'll do something. Nah, just kidding. Ugh, you came all the way out here and I'm so bored. How about a story to pass the time? This warehouse is actually old, like way old. It's been around for generations. Every once in a while, a rumor goes around, like something is buried beneath it, like a treasure maybe. You wouldn't guess it's that old though, would ya? It's been redone so often, it looks like all the other boring buildings. Does that mean there's a treasure underneath it?
Ah, this is new.
Oh.
This place would make a perfect base of operations.
Well, guess we'll see what happens to that gate later. Let's check the other side of town. Another day of overfilling my belly. But I'm not done yet. The delicacies and finery of Torna cooking aren't just about filling your face. Until I get to savor a legendary dish from that famous chef, my trip can't be over. I came all the way from Moradane to tickle my taste buds with her legendary tastes. You're going to get me some of Miss Sorrell's cooking and make this trip worth my while. This is a cute cafe. Wait, what? Are you crying? Are you okay? New customers, hello, welcome to the best restaurant in the capital, if I do say so myself. Is this like the only restaurant in the capital? Although I have to admit, I've had a bit of a rough time lately and it's affecting my cooking. I'm lucky to have regulars who will gladly eat here all the same, but I don't want them to be satisfied with less. Sorry. Anyway, were you looking to have a meal? I'll cook, but I can't really recommend anything. Hello there, youngsters. Welcome. Are you looking for any instruments in this particular fine day? For beginners, I'd recommend this Tornin Viella. You'll be serenading your friends in no time at all. It's not got many strings, so it's simple to learn. There are also many good songs for beginners. It's a winner. Once you learn some pieces, you can join an ensemble. It's a good way to improve in a hurry. We even got a special event where people can play the Tornin Viella to express thanks to Titan. It's not an event to be missed. The music spreads through the air, so delicate and yet so strong. Why can't I just buy these instruments and use them as pouch items? Ooh. All the pouch items in this game are crafted. I wish I could just buy them. It's so much easier. Hello there, you don't half look like a driver in need of some accessories. Take them back as souvenirs, hang them off your clothes as decoration. Yep, you can't go wrong with accessories. I don't want to spend money though. Roll up, you're sure to find something you like here. You name it, we got it. I don't want to spend money yet because we might come across better stuff and I just stocked up. All sorts live here in the city, but everyone carries their own worries around, and that makes us all alike. If someone came and asked you for help, you'd hear them out, eh? That's because you can empathize with them. That empathy is something the people you help will never forget. They'll support you, rain or shine. On top of that, once you make a name for yourself, new doors open up on account of your rep. But don't let that fame go to your head. Never think about this as smaller than yourself. It only causes pain. Remember that, and the bonds you make will stay with you throughout your life. Yeah, the instruments that there will cost more than the ones that you can put in your inventory. Honestly, I would pay the extra just for that.
Here we are. We made good
Just for
time.
not having to gather stuff and put in. Oh wow, I can actually go down to this inn. This is nice. Okay, there's no interactable NPCs down here though. Oh. Hello? Don't mind me, I'm just barging in your room, checking the place out. Heard Fatley Village has been attacked. A similar thing happened in Estem not too long ago. Thought that kind of trouble only ever happened abroad. World's more dangerous these days. We should be safe here in the capital so long as the king's noble reign continues. He makes sure things are nice and peaceful, we don't get led astray, so we can carry on living as always. Let me just pick these random
What do we got here?
weeds off the ground here in this corner. Either that or steal someone else's vegetable patch. Like there's this one like gathering point in the village earlier that I've been gathering my fruits and nuts from, but it's literally the gathering point is it's like a crate on someone else's front porch. So I'm basically just running off with their vegetables. I'm not going to name names, but there are certain countries where drivers use blades like they're disposable items. And it's not just down to the humans either, the blades just go along with it, like it's meant to be that way. So weird. Surely it's not right to say that some deserve to be treated with less respect because of things they can't control. Take Torna. It's peaceful as anything, but humans, blades, and titans live together in harmony. Sometimes I wonder if it's made Torna a bit too soft. Shut up, Gio. Peaceful here, it's good. We like that, we like peace. Hey, Waitin. Is this Lida's father? The city has had a long history. Their shop's been here more than 300 years. I myself come from the 14 generations of craftsmen. We've been building in Torna for a long time. It's a fair old task, taking on the weight of that history while adapting to the demands of the time. The city's built on blood, sweat, and tears, more than you know. Glass we make in this workshop is produced from rock and sand collected in the Danak Desert. All torn in glasswork, but also ritual implements and ceremonial accessories are made from our own glass. In fact, I heard that the army recently ordered extra strong glass from my teacher for making a new ship. The name of the ship was, I think it started with Mo? Nope, sorry, it's gone now. Anyway, I'm just an apprentice for now. I can only make things like water jugs and little glass baubles. But you should see the things my instructor can make. They're well made and sturdy, but still utterly exquisite. Yeah, that'll teach people for storing things outside where anyone can grab them and loot them. Gotta teach them by example, right?
Don't have to tell me twice.
Ah, my favorite part.
Camera's so bad in these tiny, tight corners. You need something? As you can see, things are busy around here, so the Aegis has been wrecking stuff all over the place, right? Well, it's made my ship orders go through the roof. Of course, it happens right when my master retires too. We're desperately short-staffed. I didn't think it would be this hard to take everything on myself, but responsibility is more than I imagined. Amateurs. I don't have time for you, mates. I'm busy. Jeez, Jerry. If it's the palace you're after, my lordship, just follow these steps up and it's on the left. Can't miss it. Oh, begging your pardon, most folks are looking for the palace. You're asking after the girl? That's my daughter, Freya. She's been very frail since birth. An awful sickness, your lordships. Just terrible. Doctors say there's no medicine in this land of Torna that will help her. It's as good as incurable. Sometimes I wonder what's to become my little Freya. I'm envious of Joey and Marcus always running around outside and chatting with folk. Sorry, I guess I'm a bit shy lately. I don't really get the chance to meet a lot of people, you see. Maybe I know something helpful though. Oh, there are lots of really neat shops all over Torna. I'm sure if you have a look, you'll find tons of stuff that's useful for drivers and blades. I really wish I could go, but going to busy places makes me too tired. Bye, Freya. Did you guys see it? The Tornan army, I mean. Weren't you watching? It was the Royal Tornan army, guys. They have these whopping long spears and really functional light armor. The design of the armor is just, man, they're so cool. This year, I'm definitely joining up. Our squad's job is to guard the palace, but they don't send anyone decent for this job these days. Bleeding shame. Problem is, the palace hasn't needed defending in so long. No invasion gets far enough to actually threaten it. Which is great, but it means our squad is short on real fighters lately. Everyone gets this job because of family connections. All they do is skive off and swan about admiring each other's shoes. They don't know the first thing about soldiering. It's a pretty dire situation. A real attack, we're on for battering. This load of arseholes won't know what hit them. Serve him right, too. I wish I could replace a lot, but good talent doesn't grow on trees, you know? Onyx's hair is amazing. Is that... I guess it's his helmet. It's a very interesting looking helmet. Oh, his hat. You said hat, not hair.
Ah, this is new.
This place would make a perfect base of operations.
I did a bit of traveling myself back in the day, saw a bit of the world. Plentiful lands of lakes and forests, exotic cities with strange houses and even stranger food. I have to say there's no place quite like Torna, no big wars or famine or terrible epidemics here. Tornans live in peace and quiet thanks to our wise and prudent king. Past kings might have been brutal despots, but our king rules with reason and isn't afraid to change or reform. Some folks are critical of a king with such a progressive outlook, but I think he's clever. Very clever. I don't see any green dots nearby, so I don't think there's any talkable people around here. Where's that watchtower I can climb? Oh wait, there's one here. Well, welcome to Resco, young drivers and blades. May I ask, are you all properly equipped with accessories? Accessories are not just mere baubles, you know, they are part and parcel of the driver's gear. You've got your hats, your chokers, your amulets, and so on. Each item has different effects you can use. You young things are always questing. I bet there are some accessories that could really help along the way. You know, my granddaughter has an accessory shop in town. You should stop by sometime if you fancy it. So this was just an ad, is that what you're saying?
Ah, this is new.
Can I go through this gate?
Would make a perfect base of operations.
Nope. Green barrels. Why is there contraband here in the palace? Whoever's stashing these green barrels, I swear to gosh, not very good at hiding their stuff. Welcome, travelers. Have you been enjoying some of Tornan sights? There's plenty to see in the residential ward. There's a range of merchants, and the artisans have their workshops there. But of course, the main tourist spot in town is Aureus Palace, where the King of Torna lives. I didn't know this before I moved here, but the Royal Palace is so huge in part because it also houses workshops for renowned engineers and craftspeople. Most people aren't actually allowed to see the workshops, but I bet they're magnificent. Ah, Visitant Prince Adam. Nothing to report today, sir? I do have some gossip for you, though. I've been listening to Niddle's Complete History of Torna. Did you know that this palace was built by the combined efforts of legions of humans and blades alike? It was a time of unrest. Moradane was leading the world into industrial revolution and conflict was rife. That's why this palace was built, as a statement to people both at home and abroad of what Torna stands for. It's a testament to the belief that by working together we can make up our flaws and enhance our strengths. Hearing that has increased my passion for guarding the palace 100-fold. Well, good for you liking your job. So many people to talk to. Did you know this splendid garden was made for the first king of Torna? The placement of the stones and the patterns in the sand are meant to reflect the natural world we're part of. But do you know for what purpose the garden was made and why this location in particular was chosen? The intention was that seeing this garden would keep the viewer from losing their grounding in nature. Ancient Tornans thought of the utmost importance, and the current king is keeping this tradition alive too. The king sounds like he cares about Titan a great deal. Now isn't that a ruler we can all be proud of? Wait, you guys are the performers from Gormont. You gotta take off? Thank you so much for coming by. Have a good time with your raid. Good luck. This country is a weird one. Folk are kind even to strangers like us. People are often cold to traveling performers like us, especially in places like Moradane. Torna's not like that though. People here are quick to trust. They don't mind we're different. I can also get behind the notion of people and blades coexisting. My friend Azar and I first met in Aurea. Ours was a fated meeting, predestined in the stars. It was meeting him that convinced me that a music-loving heart is down to nature, not nurture. We hit it off immediately. Together we have traveled through Uriah, Moradane, Gormod, and now Torna. We've heard there were lots of money to be made here, and it was just a really lovely place to visit. I worry about Prince Zetar, not that he does not possess talent. He seems to use it to serve only himself. You may think that people don't notice, but they do. The soldiers too. That's why they favor Prince Adam. Which is me, by the way. You're talking to me, Niddle. If you could only see that clearly and use his power to help the inhabitants of Torna. I talked to everyone in this courtyard. Oh, green barrels.
You're mine now. Ah, my favorite part.
Let me just dig up stuff in the middle of the garden. Pick some insects. Okay. So since I think I talked to everyone, so now... Oh my gosh, look at how many people are on my community tab. Yeah, I still need to... I only have 3 quests available. I'm sure more quests will be available after I talk to the king. I need 15 more people for level 3, and then another 15 for level 4, I think. After level 4, I can stop. I don't need level 5. Level 5 is for if you want 100% completion, which I don't.
Well, here we are.
Lord Adam. And Your Majesty, Emperor Hugo. I expect there must be some sort of emergency. Questor Malthus is also gracing us with his presence. Oh great, a Malthus is here. My favorite, I like a Malthus. Please wait here, I'll inform the king you've arrived.
Malos aims for the seal?
Yes. He draws ever closer to the capital, leaving destruction in his wake. Our path here was littered with the wounds of his procession, my lord.
So, the Questor's report...
Oh look, they got chairs in the back. Mick and Milton.
Noble Hugo. At this time of grave peril, you have afforded us your trusty aid. Your due will be our eternal thanks.
I'm scarcely worthy of it, Your Majesty. As the Titans breathe, I merely followed Prince Adam against the peril we face. In truth, it is to him that your kind praise is due.
Ah, the trust of the dread Ardanian throne. 'Tis a much valued gift to our young scion of Ileta. Mark it well. It gladdens me.
Your most noble honors pierce my unworthy heart, my lord.
Adam, you look nothing like
Begging
them.
your pardon, lord, would that honor were the only currency in this grave business. An armed band transgressed the sacred boundaries of the capital without regal assent. The act merits bitter punishment.
Suppose you that our soldiers can subdue Malos alone?
I don't...
Indeed. The army of resistance fearlessly dashes to our nation's aid. They tremble not in the face of the mightiest of foes. To punish them is unthinkable.
Yes, but...
Yeah, geez, Zetar.
Zeta, what does not bend only breaks. We must suffer to Adam his just bounty.
Suffer? Do you have to use the word suffer?
I hereby enfief you as Lord of Heblin.
This is too much for me, my lord. First, I must busy myself with the command of the resistance force. We can't allow Malos to take the seal. I'd be much obliged if you could grant permission for the resistance to move freely within your lands, lord.
As you wish. Brave soldiers of Torna, hear your king. Our country must make its own sacrifice to halt the terrible power of the Aegis.
Indol, too, pledges its flesh and blood to the cause. I humbly confess that it was my own lack of foresight which brought us to this path.
I still don't understand what game are you playing on Malthus. You want the world to be destroyed, but you won't let Malthus destroy it, but you also want to destroy the world. But in your own way.
my brother, or rather, my lord, what is your aim? Why give Heblin to Adam?
He has declined our offer. Perhaps our good wishes suffice.
Yet still he holds all the power. He makes allies of foreign lords without permission and gathers together a fighting force.
Zeta, my brother, hear me well. The sickened world rests heavy upon my crown. I fear too heavy for my mortal neck.
Majesty.
And this disorderly throne is more apt for one such as Adam.
Brother, you mean to set my birthright on the caitiff's shoulders?
Well, he's gonna betray you now. I thought the king was like their father or something. But I think, does the king of Torna ever get a name? Ah, I can finally breathe. What's wrong? You got asthma or something? It's alright, there's no need for concern. Lady Laura gets like this whenever she has to deal with formal situations. That's not ideal. You want to talk? You've been waiting outside the whole time, just idling by yourself. That's so selfish. Cut him some slack, Laura. Minoth had good reason not to go, especially when his least favorite individual was attending. Least favorite? Wait, you mean a Malthus, don't you? I'm sorry, I didn't... It's fine. I'm a coward, I admit it. We should endeavor to make sure the Minoth steers well clear of the Quester in the future. So Adam, what's our next course of action? We may have warned them in time, but there's no telling when Malice might launch his attack. Indeed, we can start by taking a stroll around the city and seeing what the residents have to say. I just did that! I just talked to everyone! You can't be serious. Malice is virtually breathing down our necks, and you want to waste time catching up? That's not what this is. We get to learn the lay of the land too, and we get an idea of the overall mood. He's right. Oh, is this the community, like, gatekeeping mark? Because since I'm already level 2, maybe I just didn't see it. I know it's supposed to be around this point in the game. He's right. Establishing a good rapport with the residents will give us an edge when the time comes. But yeah, so maybe it's like, if you're not community level 2, they won't let you take the next main quest. Perhaps the Aegis feels she can handle the situation all on her own. Fine, whatever, you all know better than me, so go on ahead. Bunch of bullies. Yeah, bully Mithra. We're not saying it to be mean, Mithra. We'll have to make concessions, and I think even you understand that now. You've really matured, you know? No, she hasn't. Am I supposed to take that as a compliment? Especially since she retains her memories throughout the 200 years up until Xenoblade 2. So, she still has this abrasive personality. I mean, it's a little bit better in Xeno 2, but you think it would have improved. Also, I like how her lips just keep flapping even though she's definitely done talking. You should. Adam's been looking out for you this whole time. You know he's being honest. Agreed, you should take his praise at face value. Now, let's set to exploring the city. Plenty of atmosphere to soak up. Oh, okay, so it's probably like as soon as you reach community level 2, this happens.
Majesty, those are...
Well, goodbye, Torna.
Gargoyles. Malice's artifices.
Mithra, let's go!
Yeah.
You should wait here.
So much for getting to know the town, eh? How did his artifices make it all the way up to the palace? Well, because they can fly. What's the plan? You want to use my power? No, there'd be too many casualties. It won't be easy, but we'll need to take them out one by one. Shouldn't we be trying to escort the civilians to safety? The Torna army is already working out in the evacuation. They know the city's layout far better than us. Alright, best leave it to them then. Okay, so what now? They haven't broken through the rear yet, so we can start by clearing out the gargoyles in the residential ward. After that, we can head over to the shopping ward on the left-hand side. Work our way straight towards the front entrance. Got it. Best of luck, everyone. Now let's get these ugly mugs off our damn doorstep. Oh, he got a recipe to write a story about Malthus. Wait, but what about all the guys flying in the sky? Like, we could take out the ones on the ground. What if they just fly away? Like honestly, this doesn't work from a from a logical standpoint.
And here I thought we were being inconsistent.
Spinning wheel! Rising up! Let's speed this up!
Put your minds at ease.
Right!
Slow down. Guard shift.
Ready to go! Doing it!
Getting into it.
I keep getting aggro.
My preparation.
My work isn't done yet.
It is a level 3.
I'll give you a hand. My work isn't done yet.
Oh, what the heck?
I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. Are you just gonna lie there, Jizz?
Looks like I owe
Why does Laura always have to, like, work on such low HP? Ow, what the heck? Wait, what the heck? Why did... He just suddenly killed 2 people at once.
I'll have to pay attention.
Oh my gosh, what the heck did you just do?
Oh, it gets
Are you kidding me?
dumbass. Pay attention.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
We'll avenge ourselves next time.
What the heck?
Take them on a bit later.
Why did he just... Why did he just suddenly start, like, one-shotting people?
More growing. I'll handle the support too.
I don't even think, even if I wanted to go to the shops to get upgrades now, I don't think I could do that.
I'll have to show this off. I need to learn.
That's so unfair. Because, like, I can't get to the shops because these things are blocking the way, right? Maybe I'll give you something for increasing your power. Here, you get an eye patch. You can get... Okay, this one... I think you need HP. Is 400 HP good, or should I get a percent? Let's get 400 HP for you. Hugo, start with aggro, increase aggro every second. Okay, maybe this one's not as good. The thing is, we don't really have like a consistent source of healing, really. Actually, maybe... Wait, I should go rest at a camp. Maybe I have some... I bet I have some saved up XP.
standing on the shoulders of titans.
I am always learning.
Okay, let's go. I'm gonna go to a camp and see. Can I still get to the shop? If I can still get to the shop, that might be good. I mean, I don't want to gear up now, but...
Pleasant stroll.
Right. Where shall we head to next?
There's like explosions right here. Oh no, the shops aren't even here. Let's go to the campsite. I just want to see... I bet I have bonus XP saved up. I need every advantage I can get. I can't believe how much BS that is.
It's a nice change of pace. Let's catch our breath.
Do these guys sell... Actually, do these guys sell the stuff that... Like, if I visit Torna, do these guys get their shops upgraded? No, that's a nope. Dang it, I didn't know I wouldn't have a chance to upgrade after that. I had the money, I just didn't want to spend it because I thought we'd get something else after. Yeah, let's chat while we're camping safely out here and the city's being attacked. We have to go back to the capital. I know, we need to drive off the gargoyles before they do too much damage. Sending the gargoyles in the advance party, that's a coward's tactic. He should be ashamed of himself. It's cowardly, sure, but it's working. The people in the capital are in total disarray. We have to do something to help and fast. Comrades, your haste to act is natural and to be praised. But to pluck an unripe fruit is to taste a bitter defeat. His Majesty puts forth that we shouldn't rush in without the proper preparation. Yes, you're right. Thank you both. Cool-headed thinking is exactly what we need at a time like this. Let's make sure all our preparations are complete before we head back to the capital. At least they acknowledge that something's going on there and we should do something about it. Okay. Oh, what the heck? Oh, what the heck? Look at how many levels I have saved up here.
The future is within our grasp.
And I just camped out like at the end of last episode, so this is all just from doing those couple side quests.
I fight for my friends.
And a couple that we've done since. Oh my gosh.
I believe I've gained a little skill.
Now we should be good, right? I mean, again, it's hard to tell, right? Because in some games, when you level up, you gain a couple stat points, and how much of a difference those couple stat points make. Sometimes it's not much, but it's hard to tell. And in this game, it seems like stat points are pretty important. Like, I think the thing I don't like about... One thing I can complain about with Xenoblade is when it comes to, like, difficulty level, like when I switch it from normal to easy, like, no amount of skill would have helped me with that normal fight. It was pure grinding and numbers that would have helped me. So, at that point, it's like, the difficulty level is just to scale with how much grinding you do. It's not to... Not with how much, like, actual skill that you necessarily have. I mean, there is some skill, but it's not... It's more based on stats. Frankly, I'm amazed. I knew you were good, but I really thought the last part would be too much for you. Nobody's even come close to the level of skill you command. I'm going to let Roly-Poly make the final decision, but I'm convinced he'll take a liking to you. We've arranged to rendezvous in the region of Valletta and Torna. Drop by when you have time, we can sort things out from there. Well then, be seeing you. Oh, I don't get you on my community yet, unless I finish Roly-Polies.
Aren't you glad you asked us?
I should also check the Ox cores. I haven't really equipped new Ox cores. Oh, you don't even have any. Okay, so... I hate the sorting chronological order. Let's do sort by... I guess improve attack for you. Increases damage dealt by 15% when HP is 50 or 90% or higher. Increases damage dealt indoors. Increases damage dealt first art. Outdoors. How many indoor locations are there in the game anyways? It sounds like outdoor attack would be better. Okay, so that's all the... Okay, let's do outdoor attack. Might as well give him indoor attack too, just to cover both our bases. And HP boost. You have boost critical. Let's do HP boost for you too. Right, that one's specifically for Mithra. That's why I have that one on you. Haze, you need healing ones, I think. Sort. Special healing. Movement heal. No, that's the only healing. Let's start with our tanks then. Defense, water defense, wind defense. Okay, let's get aggro attack up on you. For sure, and aggro attack up on you. Looks like I don't have like a strict defense one. What about blocking? Block rate by 10%. 10% when HP is lower. Okay, block rate up. And then block rate up. Okay, it's not great, but I'll take it. You guys also need attack. Okay, it's not great, but you have 3 slots. Oh, endurance might be good for one of the other tanks. Because I think endurance is better than block rate. Improves evasion, maybe? Ooh, actually I should put an evasion one on. Okay, this is when evasion's low, when your HP is lower. Improves evasion when moving. Okay, that's... I was hoping for something better than just plain evasion. So that would be good for Bridget and Aegeon. Here, critical up. Here, you can get critical up. Improves critical, improves blade. Oh, this is for damaging by specials. Let's just do this one. I don't want to spend too much time doing this, but I think I needed to. Considering I haven't really looked at my aux cores since the beginning of the game. Okay, hopefully this is better. Too bad that I can't go back to those merchants and buy the better weapons. They didn't even give me a chance since I had community level 2.
And a jump later.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
Someone's pleased to see us.
Like, how can I avoid him like one-shotting us at the end when he goes like critical? Do I just have to burst him at the end or something? He's only level 32. He shouldn't be giving us that much of a problem.
Rest in peace.
I'm gonna spread out so in case he like hits us with an attack that really hurts. Wait, we did it. Okay, that was so much easier. What the heck? That was not at all easy. Tell me about it, but we have to keep going. There's no other way. That's the spirit. We have to move on to the shopping ward. Come on now. Why was he just suddenly one-shotting us last time then? Did I just not get to that point?
And here I thought we were being interrupted. Look out! You say my friends, put your minds at ease. Ready to go.
Oh, we launched him. Nice. Wait, no. How do I smash him? We need to smash him. Darn it. I don't like the way the blade combos work in this game because it's kind of like it's hard to pre-plan them because of the way the cooldowns work in this game. So it's hard for me to like, okay, I'm gonna save this move so I can specifically do this. Like it's two things. It's one, it's timing the moves and saving the cooldowns, and also making sure my computer NPCs also do them at the right time, which I can't control. That's why I don't like the way the blade combos work in this game. These artifices are a right handful, even I'm having trouble with them. The sheer number of them is daunting, to say the least. We have no time to rest, we need to press on. As you say, now onto the main gate. I feel like Roly-Poly's quest is just one that I'm not gonna do. It's gonna be one of the ones I leave.
And here I thought we were being inconsiderate.
If we toppled him, it would have been nice to... Like, it'd be nice if... Again, I'm gonna say, like Final Fantasy VII, if I could switch party members in the middle of a fight, besides, like, people from my own team, so then I can control everyone and just be like, okay, we're gonna do a smash combo right now. You do this, you do this, you do this. Especially since, like, even if I wanted to have, like, let's say the launch attack handy, that means I need to keep Adam out, but the whole point of the game is to keep switching characters, so it seems counter to what the game wants you to actually do. Oh, Mithra's dead. Someone, help me. Please. Please, thank you. Ah, there's no end to them. Look. They're gathering in the direction of the gardens. Bizarre, let's move. What do you mean bizarre? That's their target. We knew it's their target is the tower. It makes perfect sense for them to go up there. Oh, now this gate is open.
Hello, partner. This is a first.
Malos.
So this is the Aegis. Malos.
He has an awesome presence. We would do well to proceed with caution.
Agreed.
Malos is one of the most
Your MO is different.
boring designs in the game, I have to say, for a main
What are you trying
character.
to do? If this is a joke, it's
Remember when I first saw him in Xeno 2? I thought he was a unimportant NPC.
I got bored of it.
bored.
Letting Siren have all the fun got old, I mean. I wanted to see the humans dance, the dance of death in the flames of hellfire.
What do you...
That. I know full well what the Torna Titan truly is. I've decided I'm gonna lay that truth bare for everyone to see. Manos! Bastard! Each of the artifices I command holds ether energy that would rival even the largest Titan. Imagine if a legion of them made it to the core of the Torna Titan and unleashed that energy all at once. Our time for dancing would be short but sweet. Ugh. You want me to stop? Had enough? Then try and make me. Come on! Come at me!
He's level 40.
I'm on the ball.
Welcoming party is assembled for me here.
Ready to go. Let's get cracking.
Don't you know who I am?
No, I'm not right.
No more. I stick. Then I am my mark. Right in the But how? No more running along.
Oh, we launch him. Someone smash him, please. I don't have any smashing attacks.
Healing regularly just is the
Come on.
I'll attack on your mark.
No more running along. Great game. I say Shall I finish it?
Oh, I fully failed that. Ow, that really hurt. No, I want to get that potion. Oh no, I wanted to do a combo thing, but I can't because I just revived Laura. Oh, now I'm dead.
Come on, Mithra. Up you go.
Okay, any fight against Malos is like, is this a winnable fight or is this a story fight?
Now the real target. You need to you want to be the religious? You need healing. Lady Mithra, I'm sure you can do that. Don't let us perish.
Man, if only he didn't... If I could have gotten off my combo before Laura died, we would have won. Unless I was supposed to lose. Like, oh man. I just need to last a little bit longer just so I could have done that. But now my chain gauge, I think, is not carried over. And I can't go brute force buy weapons now, can I?
I will strike down any who mean
Hey, Hugo, can you take aggro, please? Thank you.
Just tell me when.
Yeah, give him the big one. just need to get... I just need to do the chain combo now. You see, he's got his shield up, so... See, that is so cheap. Look at how much damage that does. Oh, jeez, look at that. See? How's that fair? See? What the heck? And I almost had my level 3. I could have finished him off with my level 3, like, immediately. And the last enemy I fought was level 34, and now it goes up to 38? Seriously? Maybe I need to eat a pouch item that increases my
There's no time to delay.
chain gauge. Honestly, the second he does that stupid Monado attack, it just
we might benefit from a change of strategy.
destroys us.
I will make full use of this skill.
You can rely on me.
Hey, if it makes my life easier.
Okay, are the shops open again? It's so dumb of them to give me this fight and then take away all the shops with the highest level gear. Because like right now, the only thing I can have, I think, that gives me an edge against Mallows is if I just brute force him. But what did these guys say? They said, "Did you evacuate the weapon and accessory vendors yet? Are they in here?" Yes! Oh, thank gosh. Thank you. I'm so happy to see you guys. I guess we just gotta brute force this. Wait, I own flower chips? I guess I must have gotten them from the quests. Yeah, why is Xenoblade always like this with fights? Honestly. Especially Mallows. Okay, I have a whole bunch of flower chips, but the wood chips are better. Actually, this one's not too big of a difference. I'll give Hayes a flower chip. Minoth doesn't need anything. Like, these ones give me better block rate, but like... Actually, oh, I shouldn't have bought that for Bridget. I kind of want Flower Chip for her now that I think about it. Because the block rate's good, right? Because if Hugo... Actually, Hugo kept losing aggro as well. Motor chip, when did I get this? Oh, motor chip is really good. Okay, you and you deserve motor chip. I mean, I know you're not... You two are dodge tanks. But the block rate is still good. And I don't think any of these give you special effects, right? Because everything just has no special effects. Oh, increases accuracy during the night. Increases dex. None of these give me like increased dodge or something like that. Increased strength. What about accessories? Are there any really good accessories here? Boosts dexterity, boosts agility. See, I don't know if agility is good for Niall, because Niall is a normal tank. Bridget and Aegeon are dodge tanks. Maybe a Silver Feather... Gives him medium aggro at the start of a fight. None of these are actually really good. Agility might be good for him. I'll buy one. Like, if I can make Hugo dodge things more. Like, again, I wish I could turn off the talent arts for people, because the talent arts consume HP, and I don't want my computers to consume HP. Okay, this one increases block rate. Oh no, that's your weapon slot. I can't do anything about that. Increase strength, increase aggro. Okay, let's do increase agility. I mean, your agility is only 127. That's not that high. Okay. We have more raw stats now, though, so that might help. Because we're the same level as him, too, right? So we should be fine, but... Even though this game isn't that long, we've been streaming for like an hour and 40 minutes, and I feel like we've gotten nothing done. Even just listening to all those side quests and talking to all the people took like an hour, even though I was already set to go today. Kind of dreading playing the rest of this game is going to continue being like this. And there's no, like, I can't make it even easier. I already have it on easy difficulty. There's no custom difficulty on this one. Okay, like, let me say too, like, Malus is so weird to me. Like, his design is so boring, but he's like the big bad for both the game and its expansion. Like, remember when we first met him as Rex? Like, Jin and Dromark, Nia, and Malus came out, and I was like, oh, Malus is the dispensable NPC. Because compared to everyone else, his design was so boring. It's just regular black outfit, no real coloration to it. Regular hair. He's got a pretty boring looking like face design too. And then even when we first saw him fighting on the ship and then he turned against us, like he just seemed like he didn't seem like the Aegis. He just seemed like, oh, this is just a bad dude. This is just a mercenary bad guy. Like he doesn't look like the big bad guy. He looks so boring. His design is so boring. And then we kicked his butt so many times in Xenoblade 2 and yet he was always like, nope, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. Stupid Monado attack though. How do I don't think I could do anything about that. Even though I have higher Ox chips, that only increases my damage output. That doesn't increase my defense capabilities. Well, he's level 40, okay, so still.
With focus and discipline, this should be no problem.
If I can just survive long enough to get the triple chain gauge out, it's really all I need. I also can't command my computer NPCs to heal and like switch when they want. I just have to rely on them, hopefully doing it as optimally as the computer knows how to do. Wait, he's using his Monado armor already? He's only at 50%. Last time he only used it at like 40 or 30. That's not fair. I don't even think I can run away from it and dodge it. Like, it seems to have a pretty big range. See, look at that. Wait, no, don't do it, don't do it. There, no. Oh.
If we want to clinch it, now's the time.
Okay, what do I have on him? Light, so hit him with dark.
plenty more where that came from.
Fire, hit him with ice, I think. I don't know if ice or water is the opposite of fire in this game.
Keep it going.
Water.
Be my guest. Finish.
Wait, why is my chain attack finished? I broke so many orbs. He's getting low. Okay, we toppled him. Just keep hitting him. Just keep hitting him. No, no, run away from that. Run away from that. Oh my gosh. He was just about to land that attack.
Adam Origo, heir of Torna. Looks like that resonance isn't just for show. You're too kind. Golden eyes. I thought Tornans all had blue eyes. You're a bastard, is that it?
My father is generous. He pays no attention to things like that.
You're wrong. You don't understand the
That sounds like the wrong comeback.
Don't I?
You're a bastard, kid. My father's generous.
Understand what humans are.
Malos, the all-knowing.
A diligent student, you could say.
Then learn this. Huh? Mithra!
Heads up!
Ah! Yeah!
Here goes!
Again, at least Adam looks much more the part of a hero than Rex does, because Rex is so freaking young and small, it just seems weird for him to be constantly clashing against Malice and Jin and getting his butt whooped so brutally.
Nice trick.
As a kid.
Piqued my interest, at least.
Surprised?
Wasn't really that much of a trick, though.
Is what humans and blades can
They
do
both
to
use
them.
swords. Yeah, her sword's stronger, but...
You threw that away!
Yeah, Hayes, why didn't you just do that from the start? You're like OP, Hayes.
I don't need that crap. Better off without it.
Yeah, now we gang up on him.
Watch humans closely and you'll learn one thing. Deep down, they wish they were dead. They kill each other like they swat flies, running towards oblivion like blind rats. They see the divine flame of life and piss over it. They're genius at that. In a class all of their own, really.
Malice.
Oh, that flame is wasted on them. So I want to give them a little push in the right direction. As the benevolent servant of our wise dad should. Here, keep yourselves entertained. I'll go get what I came for.
Yeah, if we're defending that stupid tower, the fact that he can fly and we can't is a pretty big oversight. Hey Aru, welcome to the stream. Thanks for redeeming your points. Dang, can I beat these guys? Why aren't I attacking? Oh, why aren't I attacking? Man, the battle system in this game, I swear to gosh. I guess if I lose this fight, I just start from here. I don't have to fight Malice again.
Don't you know who I am? If I must, save the best for last. Stepping up.
There is no escape.
No more running around for last. If I must.
Gotta get better at doing the combos. I just don't know which element goes with which one. Like, I thought water and fire were opposite, but I think ice and water are opposite. And fire is opposite, like, lightning. I thought it'd be like Tails, where lightning opposite water and then ice opposite fire.
Great game. Right in the pitch for my heart. You shall start. Break.
I can still improve.
Were my NPCs attacking the other one? Because I wasn't attacking the other one.
Adam.
Yes, I know.
Gramps!
Uncle! Get on. We'll hunt him
Just call him Nuncle.
at once.
Over there, Malos!
Too slow. It's already mine.
Malos!
The looks on your faces. Huh. Well, that settles it. The end of the world is postponed a little, folks. If you want to take this off me, come find me in the Titan's core. That'll be the finale.
Are we already, like, approaching the final dungeon?
Yeah, it's a game. An easy cure for the tedium of being.
We just have to, like, a buttload of side quests to do before we can get there.
See you later, partner!
Why is he so dramatic? Freaking Malos. Hate that guy.
No feelings!
Because, I mean, we know what the fate of Torna is.
Sorry, I let him escape.
No, thank you. You saved us.
You owe me one, then. It's been 80 years, hasn't it, Jin?
You know me?
You and Ornelia used to ride on my back. We used to have a lark flying about.
Ornelia? From the photograph?
I didn't know that Gramps knew Jin too.
And I suppose she's your driver now?
My name's Laura. I've been with Jin for 17 years already.
I never. You were fortunate to be picked up by her, Jin.
Uncle, we're just in the way here. Perhaps we should leave it to the soldiers and just go.
Yes, let's do that. Shall we head for the Tornan Womb?
Yes, I'd say we're bound to.
The Tornan Womb?
Perhaps I should go first.
Please, go ahead. We will join you once we've made a report to the king.
No, fly us over there. It'll be so much faster. Lord Adam, to think the Tornan Seal would fall into the Aegis's hands. He was even scarier than I thought. I was no match for someone that evil. There's no way I could have stopped him attacking the city. But I'll still regret it to my dying day. Oh, I'm sorry. You must have come to report to the king, and now I've held you up with my chatter. I won't hold you up any longer.
What good was your militia?
What good were
You
you?
could not halt Malos, nor even safeguard the seal from his clutches.
I have no excuses.
Adam.
Majesty, this is a deep dishonor. I beseech you to lay them low, that the people may have faith in government.
Majesty!
Brother, your advice is wise.
Your Majesty.
Please, wait a moment. Adam only sought to protect your realm.
Besides, it's not like he did anything.
Silence! Is your voice more important than
He was
the
only
king's?
helping. Like, he didn't hinder us at all. Like, he did the most out of everyone here. I mean, I know.
But what of you, Zeta?
Zeta's just an asshole, but.
What of me?
Look first to yourself, I bid you.
What do you mean?
Surely Adam sailed the ship into a rocky reef. But if he were the bow, you were the stern.
Your Majesty, those are bitter
No,
words.
that analogy doesn't make
It
sense.
was Adam's vanguard that let slip Malos.
Would our army have succeeded with certainty, brother? In the hour of need, where were they?
We set the defense of the people as our highest goal, Your Majesty. Our soldiers guided the townsfolk to safety.
While Adam's militia flew, though rashly, into the breach, and the brave dragoons of noble Hugo wagered their lives as mere trifles for our nation's sake.
But
It unfolded thus. If honor took its natural course, the sons of Torna should have stood their ground. Mark their honor above their frailty. You saw the battle with your own eyes, did you not, my brother?
I did.
And how did you think it?
Words can scarcely describe it. It was unlike any mere human struggle. I fear I could not report it justly.
Indeed, brother. It was a fight beyond our ken. I, too, saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah, were you guys fighting?
Our
I don't think so.
crafts of war would have been doubly doomed against Malos.
That's...
Is it not folly to assume that our army could do what Adam's could not?
Your Majesty.
We could have just worked together. That would have worked too.
Noble Hugo, my brother forgets grace and gratitude. Our nation hangs over doom like a ripened fruit. You and yours are our final ray of hope. Will you offer us aid again, to avenge ourselves on the Aegis?
We came with that very intention, Your Majesty. Didn't we, Prince Adam?
Also, I read that Hugo's 18.
Yes.
Hugo's 18 years old.
Majesty, if it must be so, I will expend my life for the future of the land of my forefathers.
While we're here, your name is Laura, is it not?
Me? Yes.
Your work impressed me deeply.
No,
He was watching her specifically?
Yet you are no knight, bear no peerage.
Yes. I'm from a settlement in the distant borderlands. I serve with a mercenary band.
Where are our mercenaries?
I knew you for a warrior. Good Laura, I would like to recognize your valiant labors. The title of Knight of the Realm, it is yours, if you would accept it.
Me? A knight?
Laura, my congratulations.
I can hardly believe it. Me?
Come now. A title is a mere decoration. Surely you learned that from me.
I hope it will raise your spirits a little, Laura.
Humble Laura, I have a request I must make of you. This day, the people of our nation shiver in the darkest of shadows cast by mighty Malos. But I bid that you seed a flower of hope in this shadow-mired land.
I hope that I can. Your Majesty, I'll do my best.
Well spoken, brave Laura. We shall anoint thee as Lady Laura tomorrow in the plaza before the palace.
Come on, we shouldn't keep our old friend waiting any longer. Time for us to make a move. The Tornan womb, he said. So is that going to be inside the Titan's belly? You'll know soon enough. This isn't the time for games, you know. It would have to be a cavity of considerable size for Azura to fit inside. It would. We should head for the front entrance, then turn left. That way we'll come to a back gate. If we head down past there, it should take us to the womb's entrance. Okay, we better catch up to Azura then. You can gain community from people just with yellow icons above their head just by talking to them. You don't have to complete a quest. If you see the same icon next to someone's face in the community menu, you can select them and press Y to add their location to the compass. Oh, okay. Oh. I thought you gave me that tutorial because there'd be a bunch of people with the yellow marker, but it was just... there was no one, because we've already done Benny. I was hoping that maybe we just get a whole bunch of these guys for free just for saving the town. Okay, and I'll tell you why too. Because I know that, okay, we just got to the part where the game asks us to have community level 2, which is when you meet the Tornan King. I read, when I was looking ahead, it told me that you need community level 4, and the roadblock for that is when Laura gets knighted. And the king just said that it's going to be tomorrow. And it sounds like we're already on our way to the womb, so I really hope this isn't the case, but it sounds like it. If the pacing of this game is just like, this roadblock and then immediately just the next roadblock. But that can't be, because I don't see enough side quests here for us to get to community level 4. It just means that the timeline of this game is kind of weird. Oh yeah, and I was gonna say this. It's nice that the king was reasonable with us, but his analogy didn't make sense. It's like if Adam was steering the boat into the coral reef, but I think it makes more sense to say we are the coral reef and Malos is steering into us, because it's not like we brought this upon anyone. Like Malos is already coming, so it just doesn't make sense. His analogy doesn't make any sense. I see that there's quests over here. I want to go accept the quests first, just in case. Hopefully they aren't too bad, but I feel like we're going to be spending the rest of the stream doing side quests, huh? Man, this game would be so much better if it didn't have forced side quests. Like, so much better. I know they want to pad it out because it's not a full game, but that just seems skeevy to me. What's Marcus? Maybe I need to do the second quest for Marcus before allowing him to fix the machine. But that doesn't make sense, because I would need level 2 at this point in the story for Marcus to have his quest marker, which means I would have had to finish either Roly Poly's quest or like Mukmuk's or Macmac's quest. Whatever. It's no use. This is never gonna work. Well, look who it is. Hello again, friend. Or maybe I needed Hugo to fix it and then Marcus would fix it. Oh, you guys. Marcus, wasn't it? You were looking a bit lost there. Need any help? Wait, I already have him added to my community, so why does he have a quest? Is he gonna leave my community and rejoin? At least give me quests from new people. Huh? Oh, nah, not really. I'm just hoping that the next community levels are easier to do. Like, maybe you do a quest and you get multiple people and people get converted into the yellow smiley faces. So it's not me doing 15 more quests. You're not fooling anyone. You sounded really upset just now. Don't try to pass it off as something unimportant. Indeed. Why don't you tell us the problem, Marcus? We might even be able to do something about it. Hey, Adam. You're sticking your nose in other people's business again. Quit it. Now, Mithra, it always pays to help out your fellow man. You never know when you might need help in return. That's a fair point, I guess, but still. So, Marcus, care to tell us what's on your mind? Alright. So the other day, you lot helped me catch a load of bugs, yeah? I'm really grateful to all of you, because you did an awesome job, but then I realized I'm kinda useless by myself. So this time I decided I have a go at all on my own. I even made these blueprints for a bug-catching machine. But then... I like tinkering with machines, so I know the ins and outs of them, but I've never made one from scratch before. I built everything according to plan, but there's no guarantee it'll work. Now I'm dead nervous about it. And that's what you were mumbling to yourself about, was it? Pretty much. I have to say, making a blueprint like that is really something. It's clear how much time you've invested in this endeavor. Huh? You know how to build stuff, mister? I haven't the faintest idea, haha. What? Dumbass. Still, it's evident that you're really serious about this. It is? The fact that you're worried about it is success is a sign of your determination. It's perfectly natural. You have a clear goal in mind, and you'll do anything to achieve it, am I right? I can't see a more noble goal than that. Just give the word and we'll help you out. Have more faith in yourself, Marcus, and let's finish this thing together. Also, I want to note, now that Malus brought it up, like, Adam's hair color and his skin color is pretty much what I see for Ray's as well. Ray's also has amber-colored eyes. Adam's eyes are more like a lighter yellow, like I think they're supposed to be golden. Ray's eyes are also like, they're like yellow-orange. But I'm just saying his color scheme is actually quite similar, and I like this hair color, where it's not a complete just white or complete like gray. It's like an off-white with like an ashen beigey tint to it. It's hard to describe unless I use. That's why I always have special references when I get art of Ray's. That's so nice of you. Okay then, I'm not giving up. I'll just keep trying until I get it working just the way it's supposed to. Okay, so here are the blueprints for Bugcatcher Turbotron BGX 5000. Bugcatcher Turbotron BGX 5000? What an inspired name. Now that's something I wish I'd had when I was a kid. Adam, would you shut your trap for a moment? Not you, you keep going. Right. Well, the machine itself's not quite finished yet. I'm still missing some parts. I'll probably need about 3 sunset brackets and a charge shaft. It'd be awesome if you guys could go pick those up for me. Sir, yes sir. We'll have those parts delivered to you on the double, sir. Boys and their toys. Being nice to kids is one thing, but this is getting beyond a joke. Oh, come on, Mithra. Luckily, I know exactly where to get those
there's work to do.
parts. I might actually already have them. Oh, I do. Thanks, guys. This should be enough to get the machine up and running. I'm this close to finishing it now. Let me go and attach the parts quickly, then I'll bring it straight over. Ah, so this is the fabled Bugcatcher Turbotron BGX 5000. Kind of imagine it to be more mobile if it's going to catch bugs, unless it just sits there and catches them like a fly trap. Would you look at that? Now this, my friends, is a true work of art. So, how's this thing even supposed to work? You better not be expecting us to lug it around town or anything. Huh? Of course not. It just creates a smokescreen that the insects get drawn to. You have to take it to a place where there are a lot of bugs and let it run. They'll come straight to you. So you have to carry this thing around? Bravo, Marcus, lad, you are a legend. Thanks, but is it okay if I ask you guys for another favor? Fire away, we've come this far together, we can hardly quit halfway through, can we? We're a team, remember? Yeah, thanks. Oh, Adam's so good with kids. Go on then, what was it you want to ask? Right. You know where the Harad Hills are? Do we? They're near Feltley Village, as I recall. It's some way out from the capital, beyond Danag Desert. It's around a place where we first met, isn't it? Thing is, I'm looking for a specific type of bug, and I hear a lot of them fly around the Harad Hills. I was wondering if you could take my machine there and collect some for me. Absolutely, we'll do it. Don't you worry, the Bugcatcher Turbotron BGX 5000 will be safe with us. Yeah, alright, I really hope this works. Oh, one more thing. This being my first invention and all, I really want to know if it works the way it's supposed to, so make sure you tell me all about it. His outfit is kind of weird. He looks like a jester. He kind of looks like Hugo's hairstyle, though. Oh, you can be sure of it. In the name of Torna, I, Adam Origo, swear it will be done. Let me just make sure I know where I'm going. I think it's like... Oh, I thought it was going to be like over here, but it's actually literally in this area. Well, that's easy. I'll go do that now. If it's a new area I have to explore, I was going to wait until later, but I might as well just do all these side quests like right consecutively.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
This seems as good a spot as any. And on you go. Whoa, what is this? A smokescreen for attracting bugs. Weren't you listening? What if you get it on yourself? You're just gonna attract bugs for the rest of the day. I'm not sure I approve of the smell. Oh, I thought you're looking like flying insects, not like these things. Whoa, what's with all the monsters? You want to capture these things? I thought if it was gonna be a bug catcher, it looks more like a bug lure. I was expecting it to like release the smoke and then tiny bugs will come and just kind of get caught inside it, like a fly trap. There's no way these things fit inside. I suppose we could conclude that the smoke is more effective in tracking monsters than bugs. Oh, okay, so that's not what you guys wanted. Oh, that's just great. Stupid piece of junk. More trouble than it's worth. Guys, we can moan about this later. Kinda got more pressing matters here.
And here I thought we were facing.
Why are there level 38 monsters here in the level 10 zone?
My friend, put your minds at ease. Right. Poised and ready. I shall not fail you. Our rising. Go. Come. Don't think you'll get ready. We'll do what must be done. All the things we can achieve no work together. Breaking wind. Great God, start Get out. Just take them out one at a time and we'll be fine.
Is the key to assuring victory.
Break sail. The charge is going to get us going. Rest in peace.
Warm down. Lady Laura, watch this. Oh my God. I can do it. Ready?
I shall not fail you.
Collect all my loot while I'm at it. I might as well get something out of this. It just keeps attracting more and more. I can report back to him. Look at all these quests sitting there, oh my gosh. Be drowning in quests. Hopefully, I really hope there's enough quests to take us to level 3 at least.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
Hey, you're back. So how'd it go? That's roughly what happened. I'm sorry we couldn't have been more help, lad. Nah, it's fine. It's not your fault anyways. It just proves my invention needs more work. This is just a prototype. But I guess it'll be a bit longer before I can make that medicine for her. Medicine? What now? Wait! Ever so sorry, but would you mind if I borrowed a moment of your time? Sure. I'm just thinking about how even if I finish this... Oh wait, no, is he making medicine for that girl that was sick? Maybe they're the ones that get added to my community for doing this quest. Because I was about to say, I don't get new community members because I already have Gideon and Marcus, but maybe it's for that sick girl. I couldn't help but overhear the word invention, you see. Might we attribute this invention to your esteemed persons? Oh no, not us. That honor goes to this boy here. What's that? This stripling build it? Who's this geezer? Hey, come on, you guys are like literally just feet apart from each other. You don't know that you're both inventors? An excellent question, my dear boy. It is I, the greatest inventor that Torna has ever known, a man known only as Gideon. I wasn't asking you. Now, that's entirely besides the point. Gideon has noticed your talent, young man. Of that, you should be grateful. He's not even listening. What's your name, boy? Marcus. What about it? Marvelous. Well then, from this day forth, Marcus, I would like to take you under my wing. How about that, eh? What, you want to teach me stuff? Nah, thanks. I'm not interested. Good heavens, are you quite sure? Why, I could think of dozens of children who would jump at such a chance. Go ask those other children then, I don't want to. Wait, let me step in for a moment here. Pardon? Marcus, look at it this way. Ultimately, you want to perfect your machine, yes? Does it matter how you go about doing that? Isn't what matters that you succeed? I think it'd be best for you... It'd be best for you learn... What? I think it'd be best for you learn the skills you need from... Sir, there's a word missing in that sentence. I think it'd be best for you to learn the skills you need from this man, and then bring your goal to fruition. That is, if you feel you can tolerate his eccentric ramblings. I think this is well within the realms of your ability, don't you? Yeah, I get it already. So? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll give it a go. If this weirdo knows how to build stuff, he could teach me... Or he could teach me for all he's worth. If I'm not gonna let one little stupid failure get me down. Nuh-uh. That's a good lad. If only everyone had your spirit. You sure about this? That was pretty reckless getting him fired up like that. He'll be fine. He learned a valuable lesson today. The failure paves the way to success. If you've risen up from the jaws of defeat once, you can survive in almost any environment after that. And that's not all. Oh. It also reminded me of something I'd almost forgotten. That anyone, if they believe in themselves enough, has the power to overcome any hardship. When you're an adult, it's easy to lose sight of that simple fact. Is that a lesson you had to learn? Maybe, maybe not. Meanie. Anyway, I think we're done here. Time we made a move. See you, Marcus. I'm sure we'll cross paths again. Yeah, bye-bye. Thanks for everything. Oh, I didn't have Marcus in my community yet? I thought I did.
You have my thanks.
Wait, is Gideon in my community? Yeah, Gideon's already in my community. There's like, according to this, there's 4 side quests, but I'm pretty sure my map has more than 4 side quests on it. Also, do you guys not recognize that he's friggin' Prince Adam? I like how some people talk to him like as if they know he's the prince, and some people talk to him as if he's some like
rest easy now.
Random dude. Like, wait, look at how many quests there are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are not 7 people in my... There's 2 quests here. I bet some of these are from people who've already given me quests. That might be why. There's no extra quests here. What about Gormott? Nope, it's just literally just here. Okay, we'll keep doing them in order. Man, no customers, nothing to do. Man, welcome to Obibi's Textiles. Oh, friends, not customers. Obibi not have time for window shoppers. Please to scram. What do you mean I look not busy? It's none of friends' business, but friends make valid observation. Nobody come to check out wares of Obibi. Patience is coming end of rope. Well, maybe it's because you're shooing everyone away. Just because we're looking and you tell us to go away? Come on. That's no customer service. Not sure why, but even other Nopons seem at distance. Maybe time to pack up shop. If only there was easy way to rake in buckets of gold in one fell swoop. Meh, Obibi has it. Obibi recently spied Nopon Littlepon around town, never seen before. Littlepon traveling alone at a young age is only one possibility. Must be Littlepon of Alrest's hottest trade guild, name of Voltus. Would owe great debt if friends could ask Littlepon for big inspiration. Obibi right here. Looking forward to news of good news. Okay, I saw that guy earlier.
I see there's work to do.
Seriously, you're like shooing customers away and then you wonder why people don't want to buy from you? Really? Oh, you guys are playing your instruments here now. Man, friends have business with Deku Deku. Ah, indeed, it's true. Deku Deku on Walkie pilgrimage. Special rite of passage for Voltus Trade Guild. Is making only minor impression, you know, but pleased to realize Deku Deku carrying future of Trade Guild on back. It'd take budding, young, aspiring merchant like self to generate strong cash flow. Meh? Friends take interest in Deku Deku and need to ask favor, so textile shop doing poor business and asking Deku Deku to invest. It's a very interesting proposal. This perfect opportunity to put financial skills to test. Not to expect results immediately, Deku Deku need time to draw up business plan. It's no easy road to success. Get rich quick scheme is pie in sky way of thinking, even if sound delicious. Okay, Deku Deku go ahead and have talk with manager now. Fully understanding situation is key to every successful business transaction. We'll consider options on table and get back to friends when return. Do I go back to them? Yeah. I'm surprised Sorrel doesn't have a quest for me, because she was talking about having trouble with her cafe. Deku could not believe this. Wearing of clothes is essential part of strategy. Yeah, you guys are all naked and you're selling clothes. Shouldn't you show off your wares? Is that why everyone's been avoiding your shop because you're naked? What are they arguing about? Merchants selling textiles and birthday suit may never seen anything like it. But that's just OBB's style. It's not just fashion decision, it's way of life. Being naked. Ah, customers from earlier. Good to see you again. Is everything alright? It sounded like you two were arguing. Oh yes, maybe friends can solve dispute. Friends, kindly ask this little pawn from Volta's Trade Guild to assist OBB, yes? It's very wise, little pawn. Appreciate much of advice. But this Deku insists that failure of sales lie in OBB's court because of clotheslessness and buff. It's very rude of Deku to suggest. Maybe rude, but only stating facts. Okay, but Deku, you're also naked. So... OBB showed me fine array of wares. In terms of products, nothing to fault. You can see much effort was put into maintain highest quality of standard. Or standard quality. I think with small push could put out product that steal hearts of Nopon far and wide. Could become great hit. Before that happened, manager needs to buckle up and put some clothes on. Nopon who into fashion, also critical of clothing. If manager herself not wearing anything, no reason to purchase from. Now hold on a moment, you've got a point to be sure, but let's take a step back and think this through carefully. Don't let anyone tell you how to live your life, OBB. You just wear what you want to wear. Or not wear in this case, I guess. Not everyone can be as liberated as you, Your Highness. Guys, you're not helping. First of all, we should get down to deciding which product is it that we want to put out. If we want it to be popular, I would say it needs to be something trendy. What do you think? Perhaps... That said, I don't know the first thing about Nopon fashion trends. Same here, I'm just going on a limb, really. Why don't you sell human... If you're only selling Nopon clothes, why don't you sell human clothes too? There's more humans here. So we back to square one again, meh. Deku, was it? Yes? You may only come up to our ankles, but you're still a member of the Volta's Trade Guild, aren't you? You should know better than any of us what'll sell like hotcakes. Aha, we could use the Trade Guild to gauge interest, I like it. Got a good head on your shoulders there, Minoth. Okay, friends, wait a moment. Let Deku have a think. Meh? Deku, remember now. Nopon hats, big hit recently in Volta's apparel branch. And on top of that, not very much Nopon trade exists in Torna yet. If OBB can corner market with array of fine hats, may be able to earn big time profit. That sounds like an incredible idea. OBB's textiles actually deal in hats before, so can make no problem. And if working with hats, then customers also not so likely to have concerns about naked manager. OBB's staying au naturel and proud of it. Good, if we all on the same page, then it should start by making test product. Two styles for hats in vogue at the moment is cute and casual. Cute style, usually form of knitted hat, added extra touch of sweetness in Nopon noggin. Casual style would be capped with simple design, using single detail for focal point that draw eye. That rough idea anyway, either style surefire hit with Nopon. So to make initial hat offering, how much stuffs in ballpark figure OBB expect to need? Meh, OBB have to think on that. Cute style and casual style. Okay, have general idea down pat. Blimey, that was fast. Must be really good at her craft despite being naked. Going to list off materials needed for hat making, so please do careful listen. First, for cute trim knit hat. Require 4 cotton branches, 2 sprigs of angel sage, and 1 sunflower rogue. Then for casual trim cap, need 4 corkscrew creepers, 3 panda pansies, and 1 heap of floral soil. These resources only found in Torna and Gourmand, so friends will have to search both places to get hands on. I think that concludes business here for now. All left for friends to gather necessary materials. First thing first is to produce hats and get business back on feet. Okay, I already have the materials. Oh, do I already have the materials? Okay, I want to say too, the way that side quests are designed in this game too, like you get the ones that aren't so important that don't have like actual cutscenes, which go by quickly, but then you have these ones. I was like, that was a really long conversation exchange. And the fact their speech bubbles only hold like 2 lines at a time, like 2 small lines, I have to constantly be clicking through speech bubbles, so it feels like there's more text than there is. I was doing side quests today in like Final Fantasy XIV, which is kind of the same idea as this game, except that's an actual MMO. But usually like, the NPC characters will only have like 2 speech bubbles. They're bigger, for sure, and they're a little bit more obtusely written, but they usually describe exactly what the situation is and what they need and why they need it. Within the span of 2 speech bubbles, you know exactly what you need to do and where to go. You come back and you bring back what they need or go hunt what they need. It's very straightforward. Especially if you just don't even read the text and you look at your journal log. But here, it's like, they're like adding so much extra word. I know part of it's like for flavor and getting you immersed in the world, but there's certain times where it just doesn't feel as... It feels like it's just a waste of time sometimes for certain quests. Like it's like, okay, I get the point. Just tell me what you need me to go get already, kind of thing. Maybe it's just a personal preference, but I feel like they could have made the writing a little bit more, especially if they're side quests and they're mandatory side quests and a lot of people don't want to do them. Just package them into an easy to digest piece, you know? Friends pick up everything OBB need for hat making. Right? We're always taking stuff from Final Fantasy for granted. I mean, that being said, if, let's say, I wanted to play Final Fantasy XIV on stream and do the story quests, I would have to read all the dialogue out loud, because most of it's not voice acted. And if I had to read all the dialogue out loud, I'm sure it would come off as sounding a lot longer as well. It would like triple or quadruple the length of time you spend actually doing most of the quests in Final Fantasy, since most of the time you skim read it, and then you keep going after you get the gist of it. So maybe it's just because I'm streaming and reading it out loud that it feels longer. I don't know. I won't hold it against the game, but the fact that the side quests again are mandatory is pretty annoying. A very impressive feat. Yes, should be more than enough. It's time to roll up sleeves and get wings flapping. Ta-da! Please introduce Sample A and Sample B. Now we'll have Little Pond to sample hats. Would like to ask friends to choose and see if hit with customers. Wait, you want us to choose? Are you sure about that? None of us are exactly skilled in commerce. Psh, it's fine. Friends were ones who helped out in first place. Yeah, really, we had no obligation to help you. It's only natural you be the ones to decide final sales product. Well, if you put it that way... Okay, we'll be happy to oblige. Then first, we start off with cute style knit hat. What do you think? Does it suit? Next comes casual cap. Yes, it's also brimming with style. Surely big hit with Nopon. I like the casual one, that's cute. Well then, friends. Look at his hair, it's like, oh, that's not his hair, that's a pom-pom on top. Or is that his hair styled into a pom-pom? And now up to you to make final decision. Casual cap. Is excellent choice. The new product will be casual cap. Deku will take stroll around town, now wearing hat, get opinion on street. OBB should get to work making much hats as possible to be ready for selling. Why don't you just make an equal amount of both of them? Whoa, I didn't know there were this many Nopons in this place. They're also all naked. Man, popularity's through the roof. Nopon almost climbing over each other to get to new product. OBB never seen such sight. I mean, if it's normal for Nopon to be naked, then why is it ostracizing for her to be naked? It's sure to make huge profit from sales now. So many thanks to friends. Have not enough thanks to give. It's no big deal. Volta's Trade Guild are a force to be reckoned with if a kid his age is keeping businesses afloat. Ah, you see nothing yet, friends. Deku not just keep business afloat, we intend to turn it into the hottest store in Torna. This isn't even your store though, you're just helping. Looking forward to it. You two just make sure you get on with each other, okay? Oh, there's no problem there, just as long as OBB puts on some clothes first. Oh please, put sock in it. Right then. OBB's business is alive and kicking. I can't see any reason to be hanging around any longer. Agreed. Lead the way, my good sir. But now is not shop in need of rescue, is OBB's self. Do I get both of them? Yes.
You really shouldn't have.
I do only what His Majesty asks of me.
Hey Umi, welcome to the stream today. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
I think we've done what's expected of us.
Okay, so we got them. Let's do this quest here, across the street. Wait, there's one right here. Oh, there is another restaurant here in Torna. Number 1 Gourmet, Om Nom. Still hungry, they not serve big portions here. Meh, you want Om Nom for something? Om Nom in middle of meal now, we'll help later. Wait, hold thought of Om Nom. Friends not happen to have food? This place make Om Nom angry, never feel full after eating. If friends have food, could please share some with Om Nom, pretty please? Om Nom happen to be one of best gourmets out of all Nopon. Om Nom refuse all food unless it make mouth run like water. Hoping friends can help satisfy appetite. That's pretty rude. You just see someone on the street, they come to talk, like you happen to get a conversation with them, you start demanding food from them, and it has to be like gourmet food. Come on.
Ugh, we're such saps.
How am I digging the community quest so far? They just feel like a chore. I mean, they're not as bad as Xeno 2 quests. Probably because this game, at least because the areas are smaller, there's less areas for you to search and get items. Compared to Xenoblade 2, where it's like, no, get all these items from every far reach of the galaxy, while here it's like, usually confined to like single areas. But again, it's so annoying and scummy that they make you do all these, and I thought there'd be more options. Like I'm at community level 2 now, and I'm working to get 3. I thought that maybe, I know I needed to get 16 quests done, and out of all 16 quests, there are only 18 quests to choose from, and 2 of them were ones that you kind of have to hold off anyways. So I didn't really even have much choice on which quests I could do or couldn't do. I thought it'd be more like a choose your own quests and mix and match whichever ones are best for you, but until you get to level 4, which is when I'm going to stop, I'm going to leave all the ones after that. But like right now, it was pretty tight for the roadblock for level 2. You have to get everything, and it's like, I just wish the game design was a bit better. And it really takes away from it, because this game would be so much better if they didn't force you to do this. Like, it's very obviously a transparent way for them to pad out time. And it'd just be nice if they just spent more time developing an actual, working on the main story, making it a bit longer. Also, if the main story is so short, too, like, it makes it weird because in the present time, we're talking about Adam's adventures with Laura and Jin and all them, and they make it sound like they went on this grand quest that spanned, like, at least a year or something like that, or years in the making. But here it's like, very small snippet. They've like barely met. They've only done a couple things. It just seems like, man, you spent 30 minutes looking for a freaking tomato for a food recipe. Oh, I totally feel you. Oh my gosh, I did that the other day. Oh my gosh. That's why I'm like trying to like multitask as many side quests as I can instead of letting them pile up. Oh no, waited. What kind of food do you have for me? Well, I'm sorry to say I have not actually made any food for you. All this stuff I need for my sack. Oh my god, I hate these quests that ask you to fill out things up to 100 progress. There's so many of them, and it's like, it's one thing if it's items you can gather, but these are items I need to craft. That means I need to make a whole bunch of them. And I'm saving these for myself. The salad is for Hayes. I guess I can give you these 2 things, but... Hey, Om Nom, you get food later. Wait, what did you just give me a hint? Om Nom have real penchant for Ferris lettuce. You find some, you bring to Om Nom, okay? Oh, okay, so maybe that one gives me extra points. I do have that recipe. Okay, I think that's a side quest I'm gonna have to do off screen as well. Like, I'll do it between streams, because it's not worth you guys watching me farm items just to cook something for an NPC. It's just a waste of time. Hey, you lot, hope you don't mind me asking, but are you the ones who go around the place helping people in need? Well, I wouldn't exactly go that far, but do what we can, I suppose. Good enough for me. Name's Gio. I'm the local handyman. Listen, since you're here, can I ask you a really huge favor? This better be worth our time. Well, I won't lie to you. It won't be straightforward. Troubles of the heart never are. Okay, just get to the point. Just tell us what item you want me to go fetch. Troubles of the heart? Your troubles, I presume. Yeah, instead we're gonna have like a long, like 10-minute conversation until you tell me what you want. No, it's got to do with a pal of mine, actually. We share a table sometimes down at the local. He wants to send a custom-made gift to this lady who's caught his eye, but that's not really my area of expertise. On top of that, one of the key materials he needs is a rare ore you can only gather at night. I think I know the stuff. Isn't that, pure stone? Hey, so you sure know your geology. You only get it at Hangnail Crossing, and it's used to make sweet nothings. Sweet nothings. I think we should help them. It's a wonderful thing to be able to help love blossom. I guess we can help out. Besides, it just feels weird to ignore it now. Be honest, Mithra, you want to see how this romance pans out, don't you? Don't put words in my mouth, Bridget. Alright, I think you've got the gist of it. Here's everything you'll need for the job. All that's left is to go get the Pure Stone and turn it into something gift-worthy. I hardly need to tell you this, but it wasn't me who came up with the sweet nothings, alright? Sweet nothings indeed. Yet who's to say the woman is even aware of this man's affection? Yeah, it's kind of putting the cart before the horse, isn't it? Anyway, let's give this a shot, shall we? They're trying to do the thing that Leon did to Kizuna in Eye of the Somnium Files, where it's just like, randomly get gifted and randomly propose to someone that barely knows you, right? Then somehow it works out in the end. I don't know if that's a good message to be giving the kids.
We'd be more than happy to assist.
Chat wanted you to beat this game so they have to suffer watching you do all the quests. I'm being too kind. Well, I think it's also like, I just want to be efficient, especially since I put all these VODs on YouTube, and I'm like, I don't want to make people watch like a couple hours of just me, like, wandering around trying to find items. It's so boring. And I don't want to go back and edit the VODs too much too, because I'm lazy. I'd rather not cut out as much as I can. What should I do? Sorry, I didn't mean to mumble in front of customers. I was miles away. I've got this friend, you see, and lately he's been, I don't know, distant, absent-minded, just a bit weird, I guess. He stopped eating his favorite fish dishes, so I know something's up, but he won't talk to me about it. But maybe you can get through to him. Would you do that for me? His name is Joey. You could find him tending to the Amu. Sorry to bother you with a little thing like that. Hopefully it's nothing at all. Anyhow, thank you so much. See, that quest was easy to start, like, probably because it didn't have a cutscene, but I would have preferred more quests to start like that, so I don't have to spend so much time, like, narrating everything. Okay, this one I can do here. Huh? Yeah, I'm Joey. What's it to you? What? Tico sent you? God, so nosy. I told her already. Everything's okay. Oh, fine. You really want to know? 3 of my Armus have run away. It's my own dumb fault. I thought I'd see if Armus have a homing instinct. Spoiler warning, they don't. Not a single one of them got back. What a waste of time. So if you see any Armus running out there, could you please maybe bring them back here, please? I think you'll probably find them easy enough by following their tracks. The names of the 3 lost Armus are Yoma, Aji, and Washish. They should come when you call them, and don't try to, like, fight them or tip them over, okay? Yeah, just tips them over. Pranked! Okay, cheers and all. Okay, so I'll pick up these quests while we're still in town, and then we'll go, like, multitask them out there. Hey man, do not suppose there any chance the friends are mighty heroic warriors. Morumo in charge of shopping ward, so good judge of character become kinda second nature. Yes, it clears cloudless sky down, friends, just like the heroes Morumo searching for. Terrible thing, Gogos take up residence in Pilgrim Springland Pelm. Oasis no more place for resty rest, makes usual cargo route many times longer. And one thing now very clear, Morumo now on verge of financial meltdown. Friends have no idea how dire straits are for Morumo. So dire, deeply dire. Morumo drown pillow in tears at night. Morumo want friends to chase nuisance Gogos out of Oasis. Will drown friends in thank yous of success. For Moruno, no hero friends will succeed anyway. It written in script of life. Okay, that's easy enough. I just gotta go kill.
We shall handle it.
Kill the Gogos. I didn't talk to you before. It's so funny seeing me like running around town and then stopping, and then seeing all my NPCs continue to walk and jump for a little bit. Seeing dark monsters destroying everything make Popolo super sad. Shopping ward like Popolo's home. Then everyone in Shopping Ward rallied to help. Now place almost back to normal. Popolo getting back to old self too. But still worried about Boss. Trouble caused fur all over body to shed. Boss bald before too long. Might quite like to see Boss like that. Might actually suit him. Sorry, got carried away there. Next time Popolo's turn to work hard, must do best to protect Shopping Ward. And Boss's fur. Okay, I talked to all these people before. Then there's another quest here by the gate. I think there's another one on the side. Maybe we'll do these quests first. You know what? I'll just pick up the quests. That way, if we run into anything out here. Actually, no. This one seems easy. I'll just do this one first. I really wish you could set more than one quest in this game as your active quest. Like, set 3 quests or something like that. It'd be so much better. Right? It's so hard to get the NPCs to stand near the logs, and I hate in the campsites, you have to stand like a distance from the campsite to use it. If you stand immediately in front of the fire, apparently you're too close, and it doesn't let you camp, even though you can see the campsite tag. It's just like, why would you design the game like this? Oh, look, they're just hanging out. They're just being bros. Wow, it's like something out of a painting. Get back, Laura. I'll clear the way. Someone's eager. Look around you, Jin. Is it just the Gogols keeping a tight formation? We're stronger as a single unit. If you go off on your own, you're leaving yourself wide open. Bear that in mind. Glad to hear it. I just don't want to be carrying around dead weight. What he really means is that he doesn't want you to get hurt. Hey, I can speak for myself. Anyway, let's move out. Especially since we have 9 characters in this game, I feel like a lot of them don't get a chance for much characterization. Like, I know Minoth and, like, Aegeon barely get much time. We already know Mithra and Bridget, so that's okay with them, but I think they could have afforded to make this game longer with actual main story. Flesh out people's characters more. That's just my personal preference, but... Especially since I'm interested in these characters.
That reminds me, Hugo. Did you ever overcome your...
I need 2 more.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's just do these 2 guys.
Didn't you once tell me about how one slithered out from under your pillow?
The only thing good about doing all the side quests is all the rested XP it gives you, which means I don't have to grind out normal fights to keep up with the story battles. Which is already a pain in the butt. Yeah, exactly. The story focuses more on what happened rather than like the characters and their development, which is really a shame, because honestly I like the cast of Torna more than I like the base cast of Xenoblade 2. Oh, okay. Goodbye, Gogols. Hey, where do you think you're going? Retreating to regroup? I didn't think Gogols are capable of strategic thinking. Jin, they're getting away. It appears somebody may be leading them. So, what now? I say we go after the leader. Take them out of the picture and the Gogols will be up a creek without a paddle. I agree, they'll be hard-pressed to make a comeback after that. Now let's just go murder things for the sake of murdering things. When it comes to humans, we're really hesitant and we want to take the moral high ground, but against non-humans? Who cares? Exactly, I mean, we're all professionals here, right? It's not like they're giving us any trouble. Right. I'm ready whenever you are. They are not getting away this time. I'm starting to wonder if I even have to lift my sword. I think you'll find that's my line. Alright, let's focus our efforts on finding the large one. We should be able to reach higher ground from the left-hand side. I mean, I know these are just beasts and stuff, so it's like, okay, we're just clearing the world of beasts, but for the ones that seem intelligent enough to actually gather and stuff, it just seems like their whole shtick about moral high ground doesn't really hold water anymore. If you beat all the side quests in the game, there's a little cool chat about Adam, but nothing major.
We must stay vigilant.
Maybe. I mean, I know that I was reading up about the whole community thing just to figure out how much I need to do, which is where I found out I need to do level 4. But I heard some of the last couple ones are a pain in the butt to do, and you also have to like beat the super bosses in the game, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I do know that you get a picture of all the characters together, which is kind of cute, but I've already seen the picture, so it doesn't really do anything for me. I just can't get over. It's such a common theme with all the Xenoblade games. It's like they have such good grand ideas, but like the game system is lacking so much, and they add so much extra bloat that actually hinders the game quality itself. It's like these games would be so much better if they didn't try to blow it out with content, or make things have RNG for gathering, or make it grindy. And I know some people like that kind of stuff, but I think they could have done a much better job if they just stopped and thought for a little bit.
Good work. Stop us, Nicky. Just tell me how you I'll give you a hand for doing it. Agree.
It's time!
Chain attack, stop!
I'll start us off then. Get up. Sparkle.
Astound!
Plenty more where that came from. Jin, I need your strike.
Elemental burst.
There we go.
May I follow?
Bridget.
Wheel of Venom.
Magnificent. How about another round of
Shoot, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, I can still keep going. I thought they stopped me.
Take it away, Torna!
Oh, thanks for redeeming the Sleeveless and Kirby as well.
Elemental burst.
Don't expect to recover from this. I shall need some your capable hand, Leon.
Excellent. Any last word? Excellent. Assault ray. Elemental burst.
There we go.
Plenty more where that came from. Swap with me, Hayes.
Cloud burst.
Elemental burst.
May I follow?
Whirling tide. Superb. Let's get another one in. Astounding. Mirror. Crucibles. Astounding.
I can follow that. My lady, go ahead.
Begin.
Okay, I don't really care about overkill, but I guess we'll just keep going.
Good.
I'm as relentless.
Majesty. For the glory. I know what I'm saying. Excellent. Enemy down.
The
Your
die
Majesty,
is cast.
I implore
That
you
showed
not to overdo
Very
it.
impressive.
Your advice is appreciated, but if I do not push my body, it will only grow weak.
But that is precisely why. If you suddenly start exerting yourself now, your unprepared joints may suffer.
Oh my god, you're talking
stress.
for so long,
I said I
Gion.
would push myself a Gion, not try to deadlift a Jagron.
I want to see Hugo deadlift a dragon. Come on. Getting close to Xeno 3, yeah, excited to see how they're gonna
Where shall
tie
we
everything
head to
together.
next?
I am looking forward to it. I would say, like, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not, like, super excited. I've been deliberately not keeping up with news about the game just because I'm like, well, I guess I'll just be surprised. But after, like, how annoying Xeno 2 was to play, I was like, ugh. I know they're gonna improve on things because they're probably gonna take all the quality of life stuff from Definitive Edition and finally implement it into like one of their recent games, but I'm trying to not to be. I'm being cautiously optimistic. I mean, I like these games, but I would say that they're not amazing. They're not my top 10 RPGs of all time. Amazing. Meme, Hero Friends took Nasty Goggles out of picture. That incredible. Now Marumo will have to upgrade Hero Friends status to Hero Friends. But there's no time to be celebrating. Popolo, you hear news? Indeed, Popolo set out on double and tell every pawn that. Old thought of Popolo. And then boss sharing news himself. So you see, thanks to Hero Friends, it's completely safe to use Oasis again. All can rest safe and easy again. Yeah, except the Goggles are probably going to respawn there anyways and it doesn't actually matter. Thank you so much, it's been such an inconvenience not being able to peddle our wares. This enormous weight off our feathers will never forget kindness of Hero Friends. Aw, it was nothing really. That's our boss, always finds the best people for the job. Never a truer word was spoken, business is always thriving with the chairman in charge. You really must drop by the store sometime, we've saved some of the sweetest, fluffiest potatoes just for you. Oh, please do, we've been dying to show you some of our latest products. Meh, not fair, not leaving me out, me want to see as well. Ah, screw it, count me in too. Please form orderly line. Wow, this place is full to bursting. So it's not just business that's his strong suit, he's somewhat of a local celebrity as well. Yeah, we have the frickin' prince with us, and yet... warms my heart to see such delight on everyone's faces. Cute. You must feel real kinship with the people, Hugo. It shows. It does. What's on your mind, Minoth? Ah, well, let's just say I don't trust posers. Harsh words coming from the quester's blade. You can say what you like, but nobody's a perfect picture of virtue. That goes for people and blades. Life's never that straightforward.
Much
Aw,
appreciated.
come on, I would have expected to get more people than just one person. Like, get me all the people that were just here into my community from doing that. Come on, don't be stingy.
There, that should do it.
Your favorite thing was the ending twists with the game and how it opens and leaves room for Xeno 3? I guess so. I didn't really like the ending of Xeno 2. There were a lot of things I really didn't like about it. I felt the whole game kind of went downhill once you started climbing the world tree. So the ending was actually like one of my least favorite parts of Xeno 2. It just felt like a slog, and the quote-unquote plot twists were kind of dumb, to be honest. I like how they linked them, but I'm also like, this is kind of silly. I am interested in seeing how Xeno 3 brings the two worlds together. That's only like the bare minimum of what I know about it, about some of the returning characters, but other than that, I'm like, I guess we'll see what it brings about. Maybe it'll prove me wrong. Maybe I'll really love the game. I really hope that's the case. Honestly, I want so much for this series. I want this series to be so much better than it is. Like, the music's good. I like, let's say about half of the character designs. Like, the world design's really cool. I think the biggest thing holding it back for me is like the story and the battle system, which are two pretty important things for an RPG. Good travelers, can I ask you something? I'm not sure if you noticed, but the lantern at the side of the gate has gone out. Doesn't that bother you? Not really. I mean, should I say this just for the sake of... I know, I'm gonna be facetious. Not really. What do you mean, not really? You're just like my brother then. He said it was just fine as it is. Still, hear me out. See, I'm supposed to monitor the area, so I can't afford to leave my station, not even for a second. As for the guy next to me, well, he's my brother, but for reasons I prefer not to go into, I'd rather not ask him. Wait, so the guy here, that's your brother who's making you sandwiches every day? And treating you like a kid? You can talk to him if you want, you'll soon understand. In any case, I gotta do my duty and keep watch over this place. I'm stuck at my post. Lantern's out of reach. You probably guessed where this is going. Think you could lighten up my life a little? I'm surprised your side quest has nothing to do with your brother packing you sandwiches or lunches. Welcome back, Lord Jumper. Hope you had a good raid. What just happened? I lit up the lantern and then this dude's speech bubble blocked it. I saw the whole thing. Awesome work. You really brightened up my day. That takes care of that matter then. Wait, really? Which brings me to the next one. See, there's actually a bunch of lanterns that have broken down around the castle. Oh, great, you're gonna send me on a fetch quest around town. I happened to notice them when I was on patrol, and it really bugged me. Well, if you were on patrol, you should have fixed them as you saw them. Or marked them. As usual, my brother turned a blind eye to the problem. So being the model citizen that I am, I thought I'd take the initiative and fix them all myself. Okay. Except I haven't been able to yet, not since I've been lumbered with guard duty. I reckon there were about 4 in total, 1 in Formide Shopping Ward, 1 in Fabry Industry Ward, 1 in Oresco Residential Ward, oh, and the last one was in Orem Storage Ward. If you could nip around and fix those 4, it'd be a huge help for me and for the people. Okay, at least you mark them on my map at least, so that's more doable. Okay, I could do that, I could do that. I could do that. You liked how the games were not direct sequels, but two sides of a coin, like how Ether is abundant in 1 and non-existent in 2 aside from that. I mean, I think it was an interesting idea. I don't really like how they pulled the worlds together, but maybe in 3 will prove me wrong. I think both of them individually have interesting aspects of their worlds, but then the way they tried to like combine them together and then also link them back to Earth, like our Earth, it was so convoluted but so dumbly convoluted, like it just seems so silly to me. And I could see it coming from like a mile away too. Big cyclopean monster is very scary. Rikoko not only when scared, all people scared, so Rikoko getting extra scary feeling now. Times like these, city need musicians to make everyone feel better with lovely sing-song. Rikoko also wanted help with flute, but too shy to play alone. So there's one lantern over here. You have a quest for me. Okay, where's the lantern? Did I pass it? And I really hate the way Xeno 2 and Xeno 1, but to less of an extent with Definitive Edition, the way they do their maps and their quests is just so inconvenient. It's around the corner. Like, I hate how you can do this with the mini-map, but then I can't pan it around. And then if I want to like bring it back to here, I have to click it like 4 times. But then if I want to like actually look at the map, I have to open it from here, and then go to here, and then go to here, and then go to here. And you think with a game with so much questing and map checking, especially in Xeno 2, that they'd make it a bit more convenient. I really hope they fix that. At least with the dotted line waymarker from Definitive Edition, it made things easier, but man. Aruku, welcome to the stream. Thanks for popping by. Thanks. I'm enjoying the game, but there are shortcomings of it that I am still running across, but I guess I'm just dealing with it. Hope you have a good day at work.
It's not the end of the world.
Like, it's just these little quality of life things. Like, no one like play testing the game was like, oh, I guess I do find myself opening up the map so much and it's a little inconvenient because I'm doing it constantly. Maybe we should do something about that. Like, and it's just it's such a little thing, but it makes such a huge difference. Like, if I took out all the time I spent checking my maps in Xeno 2, I could probably cut down my playtime by like a couple hours, at least. And then like the way that like there's like, it's less so present in this game because there's smaller maps, but there's like, they'll tell you locations on the map, and some of them are these locations with these markers, like the landmarks that you can't quick travel to, and sometimes they'll use these ones, and sometimes they'll just like indicate an entire area, but it's not marked on your map with an actual title unless you stand there, and it's like, why would you do that? Just make the map easier to navigate, or show me like the gathering points on the map, or show me like where the shops are on the map. But they don't do that. They give you all these other icons that aren't as useful. Like, it's times like these that make you think how spoiled we are in Final Fantasy XIV, the way they do their maps, because they're so much better. They're so much easier to navigate, and you're like, why don't most games do this? I just took it for granted. I know it sounds like a dumb thing to complain about, especially if you're just watching and you're not the one actually playing, but it's like, it would make such a difference. I would love for them to fix that in Xeno 3, like, it would help so much. Okay, we've done it. He better not have another task for me afterwards. I feel like the rest of today's stream is just gonna be finishing all the side quests in this city, which I guess I'm okay with. We still made some progress, so at least this way I won't be overwhelmed by side quests when they all pile up. I'll have to cook all those dishes for that Om-Nom Nopon. Hey there, did you miss us? We fixed your faulty lanterns. Remind me why we're the ones running around doing odd jobs for this guy. Let's try to put things into perspective, Mithra. It's for the good of the people. Great, thanks a bunch. That's a load off my mind. It would have been a while before I could get around fixing those. Yo, Chelsea. Bro, what's up? If the lanterns were bothering you so much, why didn't you just ask me? I could have fixed them for you. No, I didn't want to have to rely on you this time. Wait, you said that your brother wanted to turn a blind eye and didn't want to help you. You lied to us. I've been relying on you most of my life, ever since Mum went. So I'll rely on these strangers instead. Waha, Chalcedony, have you got a minute? Sarge! Sorry to barge in, but I've got urgent news to tell you. Chalcedony, you're promoted. Come join the squad. Wait, huh? But what did I do? You went and fixed those lanterns. None of the men in my regiment even took notice of them. Proof enough to show your dedication to bettering the lives of our citizens. Something our squad's severely lacking. That may be so, but it wasn't actually me who repaired them. It was these kind travelers. Oh, by the way, one of them happens to be our frickin' prince. Did you know? That's so? Well then, travelers, how would you like a place in our ranks? Thanks, but no. Haha, very blunt. Well, Adam is your prince. We kind of already work for you in a way, sort of. We may have repaired the lances, but Chalcedony here was the one who asked us to fix them. In all honesty, it's him you should be thanking. What a weird side quest, like, train of thought to go through. It's like, you're fixing just random lances around town, then it goes into all his brotherly issues, then it goes about him getting promotion. Like, what is the thought process of this? I couldn't agree more. The lad's more than talented enough to join my team. Are you absolutely sure about this? What, did you prefer to stay on guard duty? Didn't you say once it was dull as a sack of grom rice? Come on, Chelsea, this is your big chance. You can't turn down an offer like this. Bro, you're doing it again. Sarge, I'm in. Just as long as you can give me a job I can really sink my teeth into. Yeah, you're on permanent lantern duty. Waha, oh, there's no shortage of those, believe you me. That's more like it. Do us proud, bro. You can count on it. Thank you, all of you. Everything's been happening so fast, I never expected any of this. Yeah, so many things just happened in the last minute. I just about owe all of it to you. Thank you so much. Are you gonna be alright without your brother? Totally, I've been trying to work my way up the ladder for a while now. I don't need him hand-holding me. Oh, I see. Well, if that's where you decided... It is. Again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Come on, don't be stingy. Give me more than one person to join for the quest.
I do only what His Majesty
Give me him
asks
and
of
his
me.
brother and Sarge. Come on, don't be so so stingy. Come on. Come on. There's 89 NPCs I need to recruit. Make it go faster, please. Yeah, he's been promoted to professional
I'm just happy if
quest
you made
giver.
someone happy.
Like, this is my opinion about side quests too, and it's like a, not to say a contentious opinion, but it's one that people just don't take note of when they make games. If you want people to enjoy doing your side quests have to do one of three things. Either your side quest has to be 1, humorous, make it entertaining and fun, like, for example, the Hildebrand quest in Final Fantasy XIV, or 2, make the side quest teach me something about the character. Show me a side of the character or something about their past that we didn't know. So at least then I feel like I'm getting something from the side quest in terms of learning about the characters and getting story. Or 3, make the side quest about world building. Give me something that teaches me about the way this world functions that is different than just a regular world. Not just like, oh yeah, there's a sergeant and he has troops and he sends them to do things. Like, that's not world building. Like, show me like actual interesting, intriguing world building that gets me invested. And that's the thing with Xenoblade 2 and 1 have really interesting worlds, so they could have taken advantage of that, but they haven't. So it's like, yeah, humorous or character development or world building.
Good work, everyone.
If you just make them like fetch quests and it's like, oh yeah, you help these people.
Let me know if you want to rest.
Like, that's great, but it doesn't get me invested in it. You can tie those things together. I can help people and still learn something about some of my main characters at the same time. Or I can help some villagers and get some world building in at the same time. It would be so much more interesting. And that's what I always keep in mind, because, I mean, I've talked to you guys about it, but, like, I have ideas for making my own game, and I have my characters already set out, and, like, I have a skeleton story set up. I still want to put side quests in it, but I'm trying to make all the side quest ideas I have incorporate one of those things so people want to do them. If they're just busy work to pad out time, then people aren't going to respect that, right? Sorry, but if you came here for fish, you'll be sorely disappointed. There's not a single one left around here. You saw it too, didn't you? Damn Aegis and his mooks ruined everything. They had these brilliant shining wings, and the light they shot off somehow and ended up killing off all the fish. But I'm not gonna give up. I'll fill these pails of mine with fish little by little. I'll get the shoal going strong once again. Oh my god, you're gonna have a quest where I have to give you fish, and I'm gonna need to fill up the gauge to 100. I'm gonna call it right now. You don't think you'd be able to help, do you? You don't have to bring me the fish you catch. I want to collect as many kinds of fish as possible. That's a bit difficult to do by myself. I'll be glad of the help.
We couldn't very well leave it alone, could we?
Yeah, and like the thing about these stupid like gathering quests in this game, the ones where they ask you to fill up the gauge to 100, is that most of the time, if it's a gathering point thing, all you need to do is find like an ideal gathering point that's right next to a quick jump point. And you just continuously quick jump to that point. Quick jump, gather, and then you just quick jump back. You don't even have to go to a different location. You just repeatedly quick jump. I showed you guys at the beginning of this video, and it just becomes tedium. Like, it's not like I'm working for this. It's just making me so I have to collect more and waste more time. Like, I spent 10 to 15 minutes just zoning into the same landmark to gather things from the same gathering point for 10 to 15 minutes, and that is not fun. I have a bunch of mint fish. I don't know how much points. Oh, this one gives me 14 points. Okay. See, I got these mint fish while I was gathering earlier because I was like, I know they're gonna ask me for more stuff, so I might as well just gather as much as I can. So in this case, it's not being annoying, but well, it was annoying, but I have circumvented the annoyance. That's my stance here. That's great, just enough to get me started. I'll get them in my trusty pail straight away. The dude asked me for a variety of fish, and I gave him like 10 of the same type of fish, or 2 types of fish. They seem to be swimming around happily enough. Yes, indeed. Spears enough to match the dauntless courage of Torna knights. The people of the capital will be most pleased. Aegeon, what do you think about these fish? They seem grown enough to eat. By my assessment, if I could be so bold, may I suggest carpaccio? Those fish look so tiny. Not quite what I meant. Terrific. Well then, I'll raise them carefully, so they'll be the prettiest fish you'll ever see. Thank you ever so much. Okay, next up is the front moat. Oh, you're gonna ask me for more? Used to be full of fish till the Aegis attacked the capital. The moat was teeming with life. I know you don't know me or anything, but I'm really counting on you to help. Will you catch some fish we can use to restock the moat? It'll be such a lift to the atmosphere of the area if we can get the moat back to how it used to be. I really do hope you'll be able to help. Also, dude, I don't think just gathering random fish from around the world and dumping them in your moat is very good for the environment, because the fish need specific environments to live in. Just saying. Yeah, I can use the same fish from before. Slightly less points, but that's fine. Here. Have some fish. Oh wow, that's great. I can't believe you managed to get so many. Oh, just a the moat will be back to normal in no time. Whoa, we filled up that moat with just a few fish so quickly. They're beautiful. Also, some of these fish might like start eating each other if they're the wrong species, or attacking each other. But what if I put a piranha in there? Ah, what a sight, a typical Tornan scene if I ever saw there was one. It seems there are some things that malice cannot destroy. Like our infinite supply of fish, apparently. That's a lesson we must take from this. Yes, our lesson we take from this. Malos came and destroyed the fish in the moat. We took random fish from around the world and dumped them in there, and proved to him that he can't destroy our fish supply because it's infinite. That's right, we can't allow these small pleasures to be taken from us again. Seeing all the fish swimming happily really brings the area back to life. No, that's not true at all. The only thing we're bringing this place back to life is by pulling together and looking to the future. Still, I couldn't have gotten this far without your help. I'll take care of these little fellows, you have my word on that. And once again, thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. Okay, now I've accepted all the quests here, so now we just have to wrap up some of the other ones.
Give me a shout next time something happens.
Yeah, Malos cannot destroy minnows. That's a hidden weakness. We'll just like throw fish at him next time. That'll teach him. Wait, what's this one? Oh right, this is a pure stone. Okay. Okay, I gotta do the Armus, and I gotta do this one. Let's do this one. Gather materials around Hangnail Crossing. That's like way back here.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
What
just
do we
like
got here?
gather stuff everywhere and then
Expert.
find the pure stone.
This takes me back.
That was easy. Although I have a feeling he's gonna ask us to do something else.
Nice change of pace.
Let's catch our breath.
Oh wait,
and
you
move
make camp
out.
and craft sweet nothings using Laura's crafting skill. Oh. Can't craft here in the city for some reason.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
Did I really get 666 fall damage from that? Excellent. All according to plan, apparently. So I've had one of the NPCs ask me for fish, one for insects. There's going to be some NPC that asks me to give them an absurd amount of flowers, right? And minerals. I haven't seen the minerals yet. Oh, right, my pouch expired. I need to put stuff in my pouch. Hey, Master Adam, where's this Torna's womb place? If you pass through the main gate of Oresco and head right, there's a back gate. Do you know it? Beyond there lies the womb. Azurd is waiting for us there. Yes. Nuncle's far too big to be in the city without causing a disturbance. Yes, everyone run a mile with that monster hanging around. Hey, don't call him a monster. Now, Milton, if you said that to Azurda's face, he'd probably burn you to a crisp with elemental fire. What? Don't worry, Milton. He may look scary, but he's a soft old soul, really. Well, isn't that lucky for you, young man? Right, let's go see him then.
Let's get down to business.
Oh good, thank gosh I have all the other items.
3, 2, 1, and...
And I think that about does it. It just needs a few last finishing touches and we're golden. Like Torna, golden, haha. This is all very exciting, isn't it? Though in all honesty, it'll be sad to see it go. Creating items of value for others is part of the charm of being an artisan. And it's especially rewarding to make something for someone you care about. I do hope it'll be appreciated. Hey, can I ask you something? How do you even go about making something like this? Oh, someone on your mind, Mithra? Are you thinking about Adam? Adam? What? No, I just thought it'd be nice to have one of my own, that's all. Speaking generally, I think it's hard to be able to really express your feelings to someone. Sometimes something as simple as giving them a present can be the answer. But what if you manage to screw it all up? How do you cope with that kind of embarrassment? Embarrassment? What matters is you put in the time and effort to make it. They'll appreciate that. You think? Sure they will. Listen, I know how to make a few basic accessories. Want me to teach you sometime? Oh, that sounds nice. I hope you wouldn't mind my watching. I'd love to watch too, if that's alright. You know, I think I might participate as well. Yeah, go on then. Great, looks like we can get a group activity going. They look like they're having fun. Oh? Since when did Aegeon get so pally with the girls? Huh, good on you, Aegeon, lucky devil. I wish I knew his secret. Poor Hugo, don't worry though, your time will come. Going through that stage, are we, your majesty? What stage? Jin, please say something. Me? Well, Sorry, Hugo. Looks like Jin's with us on this one. I didn't even say anything. Adam, I'll have you know I consider this a form of persecution. Inciting your wrath is the last thing I'd want to do. Adam's face looks like Rex's close-up. I guess it kind of does. Mostly just because, you know, they both have like main protagonist type of eyes, like the generic shonen kind of look compared to.
The future is
I think it's like either you look super young, like Hugo, or you look older, like Minoth.
I believe I've gained a little
Jin.
skill.
Otherwise, you get stuck with the
I fight for my friends.
middle face, which is like Rex's and Adam's. I mean, they're supposed to resemble each other personality-wise, but of course, you know, you got to make the main character look well. I guess he's not the main character because Laura is, but you got to make the main character look handsome, right? Otherwise, you'll never attract the people buying your game. That's just how games work nowadays, right? Have all the good-looking people, and people will be interested in your game.
I've gained more power.
Okay, let's see what I need to do here. Use exquisite perfume. Okay, I don't have one of those. Use the sashimi plate. I have one of those. I made one.
It would. I cannot disregard my support duties either.
This one just says get money. Super strength. get money. That's how you get stronger, guys. Get money. Okay, Hayes wants vegetables. You want desserts. Okay, so you have Mithra, so you want desserts. Here, you get waffles.
Good for the body.
And then you have Hayes, so you want vegetables. You get a salad.
I always make sure to get my 5 veggies a day.
5 veggies a day? You need far more than just 5. What the heck are you talking about, girl? And then you want the sashimi plate.
Delicious. I just have to write about this.
Wait, why do I have 2
Stay
sashimi
back.
plates?
I am ablaze with passion.
Oh, wait, no,
body
it just...
and soul.
It hasn't consumed it yet. Okay, there we go. And then I need exquisite perfume for Minoth.
Master your emotions.
It's all so very fascinating.
I feel my power surging.
Use Jin's crafting skill. Okay, so these ones we can kind of do slowly. Yeah, I need exquisite perfume. No, not rest. Craft. Who makes perfume? Is it Bridget?
Let's see. What aroma
Exquisite
do I desire?
perfume. Oh, good. I have everything I need for that. I only have 2 pieces of puzzle wood. I could have sworn I got more.
There. A cologne to covet.
See, like, there's these, like, items that you get, like, a million of. Like, 41 shepherd's purses or 23 tawny carrots. But then you have other ones you have a couple of. And it's just like, they bar your progress from the rest of the craft. Let's go back to town.
That was a nice change of pace.
Let's catch our breath and move out.
I hope he doesn't need a second part of his quest. He's ready? Thanks, you've done a fantastic job. Listen, could you stick around for a moment? I was hoping I could introduce you to my client before you go. I saw him near the palace gardens just now. Besides, after all the hard work you put in, I could hardly tell him I made it, could I? Go on, it won't take a second. And no, before you start getting any ideas, I'm not too embarrassed to give it to him in person. Sasham Gardens, alright? Got that? Good. And don't you dare run out on me.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
Wait, are those the musicians? Leo and Geo. Hey, Geo. Hey, Leo. Don't tell me it's finished, isn't it? It sure is. Voila, the genuine article. Oh, it's wonderful. This is exactly what I've been waiting for. Long last, I have it. A way to melt her ice-cold heart. Ice cold. Best of luck. Thank you so much, everyone. You're all very kind. Though, if you don't mind my asking, who are you? It was harder than expected to find everything I needed and put it together. These people helped me out. Oh my goodness, in that case, allow me to double, no, triple my gratitude. It's alright, really. We're just glad to have been of help somehow. I do hope it goes well. Oh, you needn't worry on that front. For no woman on all rest can resist my arresting charm. Haha. That doesn't sound reassuring. Did this guy hit his head on something? He's always been like this, I'm afraid. It's an affliction since birth. Wait for me, Sarah, my beloved. Now I can prove to you the two of us were lovers in another life. Great, he's gonna pull a Leon on her. As you can see, he's got a bit of a habit of falling head over heels. Still, you've got to admire his strength in the face of adversity. I guess I'm a little too grounded in reality for that. Oh, we don't even get to see how this goes. Is there a follow-up quest, maybe?
Well, this is awkward.
Wait, I got Geo added to my community, but I didn't get... Or I got Leo added to my community, but I didn't get Geo. What the heck? Geo's the one I actually helped. No fair.
Great. Another problem solved.
No, the one who wanted the perfume is Minoth here, my party member. He needs it for his affinity chart. The guy that Geo asked me to make a charm or something for him. Okay, now let's find the Armus. Investigate the Armu tracks on the Planus Bridge in Torna. Is that here? No. Is that here? No. Is that here? Where is... Oh, it's right here. That bridge is still in the town, okay.
Pleasant stroll.
Right. Where shall we head to next?
Don't tell me I actually have to walk around and track these tracks.
Slow and steady.
Laser focus.
They went this way, it seems. Well, now I hope they're being good. How far away is this? Is it worth teleporting somewhere? It doesn't mark it on my map. Okay, I guess I just have to follow the tracks. Oh, you thought they were making a joke about Aqua the Geo, which is a type of cologne? You see, that's also another thing. Put puns into all your quest titles like Koji Fox does. They'll make them a little bit more bearable, or a little bit more entertaining or memorable. Might as well grab some...
This takes me back.
Parts. Okay, apparently I can track their tracks through the water. That's cool, I guess. Past the big spider thing. Have I been to this part? Haven't. Where'd the tracks go? Oh, here. At least it's kind of avoiding the monsters. I don't want to get into a fight when I'm in the middle of, like, concentrating on this. Otherwise I'm gonna forget where I am. But wait, there are 4 Armus. This track could only be for one of them. How am I gonna find the others? Unless they all came together. Well, there it is. Do those Turkins have my Armu? How dare they? I'm gonna teach them a lesson. I hate Turkins. I don't care how intelligent they are, how much of a civilization they have. You cannot run! Give up! Give up! If Turkin take cattle, mother be pleased. Everyone pleased, rejoice, rejoice. I feel bad crashing your party, boys, but we'll be having that Armu back. You what? You what? You what? I'm sorry, but there's a little boy who's eagerly awaiting her return. You lie! Liar, liar, great big liar, we find first. You give proof, give. Very well, let's see. Does either of you happen to remember what her name was? Nebbish, Sheepish? No, hang on. Adam, come on, did you read her name? Did you read her name tag? It was right there. On the UI. Easy there, Prince, you're embarrassing yourself. The 3 we were looking for were Yoma, Aji, and then Washish. Ah yes, there's our Washish, no doubt about it. The kid's good at training them, I'll give him that. Nonsense is make no sense. Names sound like delicious. Me hungry, getting more hungry. We take Armu, no contest. Oh bother, I really had hoped to resolve this peacefully. We tried, Your Majesty, we tried. Fine, if this is how you want it, everyone, protect the Armu. You're going down, Turkins.
And here I thought their numbers grow. Careful, Lord.
Let's speed this up.
Rising up.
Hit them with their elemental weakness.
I can't even tell what I'm hitting. That's fine.
Use this for good. Wasn't much of a challenge.
That could have gone a lot worse.
Everything okay? We'll take the safe way home, no need to worry. Okay, well how do I find the other Arbus? Yeah, the battle music is good in this game. I mean, all the battle music in Xenoblade is quite good. Do you want me to take it home right now? Follow the tracks in Torna to recapture Yoma the Amu. Well, but I don't have the... I've already lost the tracks. Did the tracks split at any point in time? I don't remember seeing them split. And they just kind of end here. There's no more tracks up here.
Ah, this is.
Oh, there's a quick travel location in
Would
here?
make a perfect base of operations.
Well, that would have been useful. Every time I want to go back to what's her name. Yeah, I think I need to go back to the tracks and see where they split.
That was a nice change of pace. Let's catch our breath and move
I only
out.
saw one set and they didn't seem to like split. Actually, you know what? This is silly. I could do that stuff off stream. For now, I'll go accept the last quests here. That way, if there's any like gathering or tracking I need to do off stream, then I can do that at my leisure before tomorrow. Say, have you met a soldier called McNeth by any chance? He's my subordinate, but he's gone AWOL. I swear, he never struck me as the type to just leave. I thought he had more integrity than that. If you hear any news, no matter how trivial, can you let me know? No ships have left the harbor lately, so I imagine he'll still be in Torna. Maybe he left for the capital. Maybe he just lost his way. At least, let's hope so. Duplicity? Wait, but McNeth was that nice guy we saw earlier.
Consider it done.
Search Torna for the missing soldier of McNeth. Do they have, like, a location? Oh, yeah, they want me to search in that spot. Okay. Okay, what do you want, Hedwyn? Oh. What could be happening over there, but I just can't go off, can I? What's wrong, Hedwyn? You look troubled. Lord Adam. No, it's just that... Oh, no, sorry, nothing's wrong. You definitely sounded like something was wrong when you were mumbling to yourself just a minute ago. Just spill it, man. Nothing gets past you, Lord. I'm just worried about causing you extra hassle, Lord. Don't want to burden you unnecessarily, I mean. That isn't for you to worry about. Go on, let's hear it all. If you say so, well, what it is that my wife and kids are still back in Gormott, you see. We hear all kinds of troubling news out of the motherland lately. So you could probably understand why I'm worried. At the same time, I'm the Chief Gormotti Overseer here. So it's not like I can go check on them myself. But you've been there, haven't you? How's the situation? You asked a hard question, friend. Sea and Remnant troops have looted a number of villages there, it's true. Some were hit quite hard. I understand how you feel. If it were me and Aletta were in that kind of piteous circumstance, I too couldn't rest easy. Thank you for saying so, Lord. Well, so long as my village of Torgoth is well, I give the architect my thanks. Oh, Hedwyn, I'm so sorry, but about that. Torgoth. Adam, we have to tell him the truth. Torgoth was burned to cinders. That's impossible. Wait, are you the kid of... Are you the kid? Are you the father of Kelly and Callie? Oh yeah, there we go. Kelly, and Nellie. I can't believe it. Oh no, Nellie's... I think Nellie's done for. Callie and Kelly, you say? Are those your children's names? Yeah, yes, Lord, but how did you... We've met Callie and Kelly during our travels. They were unharmed and awaiting their father to come and get them. Yeah, they were like, Dad told us to wait here, so they're just standing in like the middle of this hunter's camp with like 2 other people. No roof above their heads, no food, waiting for their dad, and he's busy working and not intending to come back because he can't leave his post. Something got lost in communication here. Lord Adam, would you... Of course, Hedwyn, we'll bring your little ones back to you. Oh, Lord Adam, thank you. Thank you so much. So Hedwyn was the father Callie and Kelly were talking about. They were in the Seagullfell encampment, weren't they? Well, remember, let us hurry then. Okay, we could do these 2 quests, I think.
We couldn't very well leave it alone, could we?
I might as well do these ones now.
Quite the voyage.
Right. Where shall we head to next?
Where are they? They were right here. Oh. I thought Callie and Kelly would be here. Dang it, they ran off. But they're not. Not anymore, at least. There are signs that indicate someone left here in a hurry. Could it have been those 2? Let's try and find out. Is this another footprint tracking quest?
Slow and steady.
Laser focus.
Yeah, dang, do these people not have phones? Gosh. There we go, Callie and Kelly's trail. Okay, I wonder how far they've gone. At least in Gormott, most of the enemies don't aggro me anymore. Okay, where did the tracks go? Where did they pick up again? They go this way. So I'm just going to continue walking in this direction until I see them again. Okay, there we go. Wait, okay, they go here. Okay. Yeah, maybe they've been eaten. Going this way until I see them again? Okay. Why are they making these tracks so annoying to follow? I know there has to be gameplay here, but come on. Do I go up the branch? Please show me that there's... Wait. The footsteps go this direction, and then they just stop. So let's keep walking in this direction. Okay, there we go, just above the crest of the hill. Keep going this way. The tracks pick up over here.
This takes me back.
Ew. Oh, they go here. Why would you do that? Why would you make it so the tracks continue this way? Just trying to follow your hint about following the footsteps as they end and following their direction. Are those Turkins? Were they taken by Turkins? Oh, they go down there. What's down there? That doesn't look good. I'm so afraid of Adam falling. Last time he tried to climb a ladder, he just fell.
And here I thought we were being
Okay, there we go. This looks very dangerous. The friggin' bottom of the sky is right there. What are you kids doing down here? Were you taken? Wait, I can swim in this. There's a gathering point right there. Oh my gosh. See, again, I don't understand the anatomy of the Cloud Sea. I mean, they've talked about it before, but it still doesn't make sense to me. Why are you guys here?
Ah, my favorite.
Why are you just standing around like everything's okay? This is a very dangerous place to be, you two. First, I'm gonna collect everything. Thank you for before. Turkins chased us around and now we ended up here. I was really scared. Oh yeah, we want to ask you something. Callie will tell you, so just ask him. Please don't tell me there's another part of the quest. Oh, hey, you're the guys from before. We got chased around by some Turkins and we ended up here. I'm glad you found us, though it did take us a while. Kelly and I have been talking. Since our dad didn't seem to be coming and living the camp life with just the two of us was getting too hard, we thought next time we run into you, we'd ask you to take us with you to Moradane. I guess we could have left some notes in the camp or in Torgoth for Dad to find, but for all I know, he might be dead, and dead folks aren't great at reading. Well said, Callie, you're correct. Oh, come on, I'm pouring my heart out to you here. What are you smirking for? What, follow you and I'll see? Sure, okay, lead on that. You're not gonna tell him that his dad's okay? You're just gonna let him believe that? And surprise him? I mean, fine, be that way. Seems a little mean.
Suddenly, it all looks so different.
Let's catch our breath and move out.
Is this Moradane? Looks different than I imagined. No, this is Aletta, a province of Torna. Why'd you bring us here? Well, that's why. Yeah, Callie, Kelly. Again, not very good to make your children's names so similar. It's just asking to be confused. I'm so glad you're all right. We missed you, Dad. All's well that ends well. I'm so glad we got to help. Are you crying again? Hey Ari, welcome back. Lord Adam, thank you for the kindness you have shown me and my family. Nonsense, I'm terribly sorry about your wife. Thank you. At least I have my children. They're more than I would have had without your help. Together, we'll take care of each other and honor Nellie's memory. Excellent. Just take it easy. You need to give yourself time to grieve too. You too, Lord Adam. I know you're the type to put your life on the line for others, but do take care of yourself. He'll be fine. He's got all of us here doing his work for him. I'd say he'll be taking it plenty easy. Nice jab. Thanks, mister. Thanks, miss, and everyone. We'll be living here from now, so come play sometime. Sure thing, Callie. See you, Kelly. Stay out of trouble now. Oh good, I got all 3 of them.
You really shouldn't have.
Bonus. You really shouldn't have?
I won't lie. It feels good.
Right, I keep forgetting the people talking with the voice clips now are the party members, not the NPCs.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, you've been here the whole time, but you've just been eating. Well, I hope you enjoyed your food, then. Wait. Who's this person with the quest? Is there another quest in the capital that I missed? Or did it just spawn?
I'm glad we could be of help.
Is there another quest here somewhere? Doesn't seem to be. Okay, we will... I also want to do this one. Oh, this is a... What's that thumbnail? What's he doing sneaking off to the village? That looks like he looks like he's at Jin's house.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
I didn't know there's a gathering point here. Oh, I bet there's some hidden green barrels around here too, huh?
This takes me back.
Let's pick some vegetables off this wall of the abandoned building. Ah, green barrels.
Don't mind now. Ah, my favorite part. This takes me back.
I know the drill.
Ah, my favorite part.
Okay, Magneth, what are you up to? Why are you being duplicitous? Wait, what's wrong? He's there. Enough hiding. Come out and face us. Is that an Ardanian soldier? What are you doing here, man? Apologies, ma'am. I got turned around first time in Torna, you see. Lost Ardanian soldier. Now where have I heard that before? Could you be Magneth from Eurus' unit? Oh yeah, that was it. Eurus really worried about you, you know? Did you hear me? Looks like there's no fooling you. Nothing for it. I can make my escape over your dead bodies. Oh, that escalated quickly.
Someone's pleased to see us.
Oh, I thought you were a good guy, Magneth. Even though we only talked to you once, you sounded like you were okay. Okay, so I think I'm getting the timing for Minoth's skills now. You gotta like hit it on the second hit. But that guy's body just evaporated. Now he's here again in the cutscene. I found a scene encryption device on this man. A spy, then, I see. An Ardanian citizen plotting together with Sia. Death is all he deserves. I thought Sia already sank. Wait, you were tracking me down and you didn't even know that? We weren't tracking you down to begin with. Ardanian troops have been rounding up the Sian remnants wherever they find them. Perhaps this scum sensed he would be found out soon and decides to run. Why, thanks for the compliment. However, I'd refrain from making it sound like a done deal if I were you. Or don't actually. Stay carefree, all the easier for us to sweep your legs from under you. Ha ha ha. Great, he's gone into comic book villain mode. I'm glad you're in high spirits, friend, but have you considered taking your current predicament more seriously? Not to be about to lecture by some pretty little Tornan princeling. Adam, would you please let us take charge? As my hair clips through the back of my collar. Sure, go right ahead, but what are you planning to do? Rigid, Aegeon. We cannot suffer a caught spy to live. Please handle it in the prescribed way, and do be thorough. Wait, you don't mean... You can't be serious. I'm sorry, Laura, you don't have to look. How humiliating! You wouldn't keep still, so it took some doing. And yet, the result speaks for itself. Superb work, Bridget. Have you been practicing? What? Are you taking the mick? What the hell is this? I told you, did I not? A caught spy cannot be allowed to live. Henceforth, you will not be allowed to use Magneth's name. Starting today, he will be no more. Wow, Hugo, you are... I was about to say, you seem pretty vicious there, and then now you're seeming overly generous. I wouldn't let him escape. So what, I just become someone else? You must be soft in the head. You needn't worry, you look much better this way. What the hell are you on about? Stop mocking me, you know that's not what I meant. Be silent. You insult not only... Why am I looking at this from this camera angle? You insult not only my land, but also my friends. You think I'd overlook it? Be glad you still draw a breath. No, we should we know that photographs exist in this game, because we took a photograph earlier. Take his picture, take a mugshot or something, so he can't come back and pass himself off as someone else. In case you haven't noticed, Hugo gets a bit scary when he's angry. I know not if your overseers are actually seeing or simply looking to misdirect your ire. What I do know, however, is that no overseer would let a captured spy remain in enemy hands. From now on, you'll be a follower of Adam. That should serve as sufficient cover, don't you think? You're helping me. We all have our roles to play on life's rich stage. We simply want you to be able to keep playing yours. Also, now that I mention it, we haven't seen Milton and Mick in the background of any of these cutscenes. It almost feels like we left them back in the city. Can you take it from here, Adam? Will do, friend. I'll make a space for him in the capital. What, you're giving him a home too? Gosh, you guys are so nice. I'm sorry, did we just press gang the poor bastard? If that had been our aim from the start, we have many more prisoners waiting. But what I am after is the information he has. One day we may need it. That's why I'm giving him to Adam. Well then, in the meantime, we should go and report back on all this. And what do we even say? We can say, sadly, blood-crazed wild beast got to him before we did. He gave his life for Ardania honor. What? You're giving him a nice glory story? You're not gonna warn people that he might come back and like try to do something bad to us? I mean, it's nice that you spared him, but man, you guys are being overly nice. Might as well betray you any day, get a free home and everything, and glory out of it all. That's a truly unsettling smile, Hugo.
How reliable.
This getup is so itchy. Do Tornans really wear this every day? Hot damn. Still, it saves me from death. I'll find a better life for myself than spying. Okay. Interesting. What are all these steel plates for? I feel like they're gonna come up again later. So according to this, I have new quests in the capital now too. Oh, wait, who's this? Oh, I think I gotta report back to Rith. But it just said I finished the quest. Also, that's why I was surprised it gave us McNeth, because the quest wasn't finished yet. Usually we have to do the final hand-in before they give us. At least this means we'll get 2 people for the price of 1. McNeth is dead, done in by wild beasts. I see, he was a bit thin and not the strongest fighter. Against an enemy like that, he didn't stand a chance. But why did he have to go alone? What was he thinking? Why? Well, no use crying over it. Sadness won't bring him back. I'll just have to keep going for him. You got over that quickly. I'll get back to my duties now. Thank you for bringing me the news, such as it was. Yeah, twofer.
I do only what His Majesty
McNeth's death is a
asks
damn
me.
shame, but it's good you told me. I'd hate to be forever wondering. We'll all strive in our duties so further tragedy is avoided. Maybe you should make this a lesson into not allowing spies into our midst. Wouldn't that be a better idea? Okay, so this is Roly Poly, and that's Mac Mac, so we don't need them. It's like... Okay, this is Om Nom. Who's this? Oh, Tico. Right, this is for the Armus, okay. Okay, maybe we'll spend a little bit of time looking for those Armus, just one last time.
I think we've done what's expected of
There
us.
must be a split in the path. There must be a split in the Armu tracks. Or I could just sweep the entire desert.
Right.
I could do
Where
that.
shall we head to next?
It wouldn't take that long. Oh great, the lighting is dim, is hard to see because it's dusk now. I can't even see the tracks anymore. Oh, there they are. I can't see a dang thing in the desert. Or maybe do they split here? Like, is there separate sets of tracks? Wait, no, the tracks for the Armu we already found is gone now. What if I go this way? Are there tracks that go this way? Oh, there are. I was gonna say I can go back. Oh, actually, no, I can change. Can I change the time from here? Yeah, I can. Let's make it darker. It'll be easier to see. There we go. Oh, there's one. He's literally right here. There she is, and looking well too. You must be, what's name? Baji? No, Ajiji. There we go. Or Aji, there we go. Anyways, let's head back. Okay. Oh, that Gogo's right there. Okay, I need to find the other split tracks. I bet the one with the Turkins was probably the harder one.
Even on familiar ground.
I bet we can finish this side quest today. Yeah, we'll finish this side quest. And then we'll be all good, and then off stream I'll cook for Omnom. And then next time we can immediately start the next part of the main story. How are we doing on community right now anyways? Oh, I only need 3 more for level 3. Okay, actually we're doing really well. Because a lot of these quests are like giving us more than one person at a time. And because I've been gathering a lot, I didn't have to spend as much time gathering. Okay, there's... Okay, this one. Wait, you're literally right here. I literally went for the hardest to find one first. Good, she looks unharmed. Aji, no, Yoma, was it? Come on, time to go. Okay, that was a lot easier. Okay. I thought they would all be the same distance. But it ends up I just found the furthest one first.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
Hey, it's you guys. Thank you so much. The armies are back safely. It's all thanks to you. Oh, come on, stop crying. I'm not crying, you're crying. You dolt. You're so nosy, you know that? Stop sticking your nose in my business. What? I was just worried about you. I can't even worry about you. No, you could do whatever you want. I don't even know what to say. Whatever, we're not talking about it. What's important is that our Armus came back home, so thanks. We can celebrate with a fish feast, right? Yeah, fish straight from the moat. That I caught. Yeah, but who said there's gonna be enough for you? Oh, you, who'd even want to come to your stupid party? You're dumb and I don't even like you, so there. Well, what did I say? Seems our work here isn't quite over yet. What do you think, Hugo? Oh, right. Frankly, I don't think it's our business. Yeah, I don't want to do more side quests for these two. So long as they can keep living their simple lives, laughing and fighting the occasional merits. Oh, well, I suppose that does come down to us after all, doesn't it? Perhaps so, Majesty, but still. We understand how you feel, however, maybe best not to dwell on that. It could only burden you. He's right, you know, you might want to try living without thinking, like our pal Adam here. Minoth, you wound me. But Hugo, we're all on the same side. We've got each other's backs now. No harm in relaxing a bit, is there? I don't know, I don't understand how this conversation suddenly turned towards chiding Hugo. You never change, do you, Adam? Neither do you, old friend. Well, at least you got out of your head. Nobody can keep the weight of all our rest on their shoulders. Do us a favor and remember that at least. Wait, we just saw 2 kids having a little spat, and suddenly you're thinking about, like, your life's decisions and choices and course direction? I know you're very thoughtful, Hugo, but come on.
How reliable.
Wait, you're the inn mascot? This girl is considered the inn mascot? Is she like the daughter of the owner? That sounds like
you
child
didn't have to, but thanks.
labor.
Give me a shout next time something happens.
Okay. You know, it's kind of weird. They gave us a tutorial and showed us that community members can want to join you without having to do a quest. And yet the only one we've gotten so far that way is Benny. You would have thought that maybe, like, they would have had more people once we saved the town, especially, that they would just suddenly want to, I don't know, like, join our community and help us and be nice. But I guess it doesn't work that way. But it looks like these are all the quests we have. I mean, other than Omnom here. Once we get her on our side, we'll have community level 3. And then I'm assuming we go through more of the story and they'll unlock more side quests. And then we need to get community level 4. So we're actually making good time, I think. Because again, I did read that when people said this game takes 15 to 20 hours. That is inclusive of the side quests you have to do as well. So, because I was worried it was exclusive of the side quests. So, tomorrow we'll come back, I'll finish Omnom's quest, and then we'll continue with the main story, right into things. That sounds great. Oh, hey Kit, welcome to the raid. Welcome everyone, hi. Good to see you. Whoa, 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 hey everyone, good to see you. Thank you so much. I hope you had a good stream there, Kit. Allow me to welcome you all individually. Except I gotta move closer to my screen because my eyes are bad after the surgery. Hey, Retri, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. Princess Kyle, welcome so much. Dr. Pepper 23, welcome. Lace, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Loveless Lion, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much. And Lion, thank you so much for following me. Thanks for being a Froggy friend. Welcome, everyone. Good to see you. Did you have a good stream? I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you don't know who I am, I'm Kiro. I play a lot of RPGs. We're playing Xenoblade 2, the expansion pass called Torna The Golden Country. And I also like frogs and martial arts. And you guys here, you should go check out Kit too when you have time as well. And Lace, you should check them out. They're all awesome people. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good stream. Unfortunately, you came right when I was ending stream. Like literally, I was saying my goodbyes and I was just about to start a raid of my own. So, but I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you so much. We actually just reached a perfect stopping point in the story for today, and this is my usual stream ending time. Let's see who we could raid in turn. Hopefully I know someone raiding. If not, maybe we can find someone, because I feel like it'd be a waste to not send you guys on your way. Oh, perfect. My friend is streaming Monster Hunter. Let's go check out Drago. All right. So thank you so much for joining me here on stream today. Sorry for all you raiders coming in. I know you came right at the perfect time, I guess. But we're going to continue tomorrow, same time as usual. We'll continue playing more of this game, Xenoblade 2, Torna The Golden Country. And we'll be continuing this throughout the week until we beat the game in order to get ready for Xenoblade 3. Oh, and thank you so much, Neku94. Thank you so much for following me. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Stick around for a raid to see my friend playing Monster Hunter. Bye-bye.